Chosen ones, today I bring you a message of profound importance. We are standing on the threshold of a truly unique and powerful time, a divine crossroads where spiritual energies, heavenly cycles, and the signs of our Creator align in perfect harmony. This is not just the passing of another year. 2025 is a spiritual milestone, a sacred invitation to transformation, reflection, and action. Have you ever sensed that something monumental is about to unfold? That shift in the air? An unexplainable yet undeniable feeling that change is near? That is the energy surrounding 2025. This coming year carries with it a deep, spiritual resonance, calling us to rise, to awaken, and to walk boldly in the purpose God has placed within us. But why is 2025 so significant? It is a year marked by the powerful symbolism of the number 9 in numerology, a number representing wisdom, the closing of cycles, and the promise of renewal. As if this divine message wasn't enough, 2025 is also guided by the wood snake in Chinese astrology, a creature symbolizing profound transformation, intuition, and spiritual growth. These divine signs are not coincidences. They are clear messages from God, urging us to examine our hearts, release what no longer serves us, and step confidently into the future He has lovingly prepared. Yet we must remember that transformation is never easy. It demands courage, unwavering faith, and complete trust in God's perfect plans. So if you feel this message stirring within your spirit, I invite you to stay with me. Let us embark on this journey together to discover how we, as the chosen ones, can prepare for the divine transformation that 2025 will bring. Before we continue, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and share this message with others who are seeking God's truth. Together we can spread His light to every corner of the world. In the spiritual realm, the number 9 holds profound and extraordinary significance. It is far more than just a number. It is a divine symbol of wisdom, completion, and renewal. As we approach the year 2025, the powerful energy of this number will become a guiding force for all who feel the stirring of God's call within their hearts. It will serve as a beacon of light, illuminating our path through the uncertainties of life and leading us closer to the fulfillment of God's divine purpose. The number 9 represents the completion of a cycle, but this completion is not one of loss or despair. Rather, it signifies the closing of chapters that have served their purpose and the opening of doors to new beginnings. It is as if God Himself is gently whispering to us, "My child, it is time to let go of what no longer aligns with your purpose. I am preparing you for something far greater." This sacred transition is not about endings, but about making space for the new blessings and opportunities God has prepared. For God's chosen ones, this message is a clear and direct call to deep reflection, to examine our hearts, release the burdens of the past, and open ourselves to the transformation God desires for us. It is an invitation to act with compassion and generosity, to let go of selfish pursuits, and to fully embrace our role as instruments of divine truth. The number 9 is deeply symbolic of the wise elder, the one who has walked a long, winding path, gathering experiences, lessons, and insights along the way. This elder has reached a point in their journey where they are no longer driven by ambition or personal gain, but feel a sacred responsibility to share the wisdom they have gained. For us, this symbolism is a powerful invitation to rise above mere knowledge and step into the realm of true wisdom. True wisdom is not found in facts or intellectual understanding alone. It is compassion in action, the ability to look at others through the lens of love, understanding their struggles, their pain, and their hopes, and responding with genuine kindness. It is the kind of wisdom that reflects God's heart, calling us to serve not for recognition, but out of sincere love for others. We are called to be light in the world, to illuminate the darkness around us with God's love and grace. This calling doesn't demand grand, heroic gestures. Instead, it finds its greatest strength in the small, consistent acts of love, a warm smile offered to a stranger, a comforting word to someone in pain, a helping hand extended without expectation of return. These seemingly simple actions, when done with a heart full of love, can ripple through lives in ways we may never fully understand. Never underestimate the power of these small acts. A single word of encouragement can give someone the strength to keep going. A quiet act of kindness can heal a broken heart. In embracing this calling, we embody the true spirit of wisdom, living with compassion, humility, and love, becoming vessels of God's light in a world that so desperately needs it. The year 2025 will be a profound season of truth and revelation. God's divine light will shine brighter than ever, uncovering what has been hidden, not only in the world around us, but deep within our own hearts. This unveiling will be both enlightening and challenging, as it will expose not only the goodness within us, but also the areas that need correction and healing. This process may feel uncomfortable, even painful at times, but we must remember that God does not reveal these truths to condemn us. Instead, He does so to liberate us from the burdens we carry and the barriers that separate us from His divine purpose. Living in truth is more than simply being honest. It is about walking in complete integrity. There is no longer room for masks, falsehoods, or superficial living. The time has come to cast aside anything that is not genuine, pretenses, hidden sins, and the facades we present to the world. God is calling us to be authentic and true, to stand firmly in His truth, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable it may be. It is in this truth that we discover true freedom. When we live openly and honestly before God and others, we are no longer weighed down by the fear of being exposed or judged. This freedom allows us to fully embrace who God created us to be, walking boldly in His light and fulfilling the purpose He has designed for our lives. Another profound lesson carried by the number 9 is the call to selfless service. As we enter 2025, this divine energy urges us to serve others with genuine love and compassion. This service is not measured by the size or grandeur of our actions, but by the purity of our hearts. True service begins in the smallest, most humble acts. A warm smile to a stranger, a word of encouragement to someone who is struggling, or even a silent prayer whispered on behalf of another. These seemingly simple gestures, when done with love, have the power to transform lives in ways we may never fully see or understand. God sees every act of love, no matter how small or unnoticed it may seem. He takes each kind word, each thoughtful deed, and each quiet prayer and multiplies them beyond our imagination. He nurtures these acts, weaving them into His greater plan, using them as instruments of healing, comfort, and transformation in the lives of others. In a world so often driven by self-interest and recognition, God is calling us to embody a spirit of true altruism, to serve without seeking anything in return. This kind of service reflects the heart of Christ, who humbled Himself to serve others with compassion and grace. The number 9 also powerfully symbolizes the importance of persistence. Our journey of faith is not a momentary decision, but a lifelong commitment, a way of living that requires unwavering dedication. Walking with God calls for consistency in love, kindness, and truth, even when we don't see immediate results. It is easy to grow weary when our efforts seem unnoticed or when prayers seem unanswered. But God reminds us that every act of goodness, every prayer, and every step of faith is part of His greater plan. Sometimes it takes just 3 right actions to change a life: a small step of obedience, a kind word spoken in love, or a helping hand extended without expectation. 3 sincere prayers can open doors that seemed forever closed, moving mountains in ways we cannot see. God is always working behind the scenes, shaping circumstances and transforming hearts. He calls us to be steadfast and faithful, trusting that He is actively working in us and through us. Our persistence in doing good, even in quiet and unseen ways, allows God's will to unfold in powerful ways. Let us remain committed, knowing that in due time, God's promises will be fulfilled. In addition to the profound energy of the number 9, the year 2025 is also governed by the wood snake in Chinese astrology. For us as God's chosen ones, this is more than a cultural symbol. It is a divine metaphor that reveals how God is working in our lives. The wood snake embodies themes of transformation, intuition, and strategic growth, mirroring the spiritual journey God is calling us to undertake in this new season. The snake is a powerful symbol of renewal and transformation. Just as a snake must shed its skin to grow, we are called to release the habits, mindsets, relationships, and burdens that no longer serve God's divine purpose for our lives. This shedding process may feel uncomfortable or even painful, but it is necessary for growth. God is inviting us to let go of anything that holds us back from fully stepping into the future He has prepared. This transformation is not superficial. It is not about changing our outward appearance or circumstances alone. It is a deep internal renewal, a reshaping of our hearts, minds, and spirits. God is calling us to examine ourselves honestly, to recognize what separates us from Him, and to surrender it all so that He can refine and renew us. This is the kind of change that leads to lasting freedom and purpose. The snake is also a symbol of intuition and heightened spiritual awareness. In 2025, God will speak to us not always through loud declarations, but through quiet whispers, subtle signs, and gentle nudges in our hearts. He may guide us through feelings of peace or unease, unexpected opportunities, or through scripture that suddenly comes alive with meaning. This requires us to be spiritually sensitive and deeply attuned to His voice. We must learn to quiet the noise of the world and listen carefully for God's direction. Often, His guidance will not make sense from a human perspective, but this year challenges us to trust not in what we see, but in the divine wisdom that God imparts within us. Trusting God means walking by faith, not by sight. It means making decisions led by His Spirit rather than by fear, logic, or societal pressure. God's plans are greater than anything we could ever imagine, but we must be willing to listen and follow. However, the reflective nature of the wood snake comes with a caution. The snake is methodical and thoughtful, but if we are not careful, this introspection can lead to isolation or procrastination. While reflection is essential for growth, God reminds us that faith without works is dead. We are called to balance deep reflection with bold action. This means listening to God's guidance and then moving forward in obedience. We cannot remain in a state of endless contemplation or hesitation. God desires us to be both wise and active, to reflect deeply, but also to act decisively when He calls. This year, God is teaching us the importance of timing and strategy. Like the snake that moves carefully but strikes at the right moment, we are called to act with purpose and precision. Waiting on God's timing does not mean inaction. It means preparing our hearts and being ready to move when He says, "Go." In 2025, the combined energies of the number 9 and the wood snake are a powerful call to spiritual transformation. We are invited to shed the old, renew our hearts, and trust in God's wisdom to guide us forward. This process requires us to be both reflective and active, listening carefully for God's voice and moving with courage when He directs us. Let us step boldly into this season of renewal, trusting that God is working within us, transforming us, and preparing us to fulfill His greater purpose. In every moment of reflection and every act of obedience, may we become vessels of His love, His light, and His divine truth. Chosen ones, the year 2025 is like a spiritual garden, rich with the potential for new growth and transformation. But for new seeds to take root and flourish, the soil of our hearts must first be prepared. This means we must clear the soil, remove the weeds, and make space for what God desires to plant within us. This process can be difficult, even painful, but it is absolutely necessary for us to experience the fullness of God's blessings. Ask yourself, what are you holding on to that God is asking you to release? It could be a destructive habit, a relationship that no longer aligns with God's purpose, a limiting mindset, or even deeply rooted fears. These things weigh us down and prevent us from stepping into the abundant life God has prepared. God is lovingly inviting us to let go of these burdens so that our hands and hearts are open to receive greater blessings of peace, purpose, and joy. This process of release requires both forgiveness and gratitude. Forgiveness frees us from the chains of past hurts and mistakes, while gratitude softens our hearts, allowing us to see God's hand in every season of our lives. With hearts free and open, God can plant new seeds, seeds of hope, purpose, and abundance. Once we release the old, we are called to plant new seeds. This is the time to begin new projects, nurture relationships, and seize opportunities that align with God's divine plan. Let us step into 2025 with boldness and faith, committing to be catalysts for change, spreading God's love and light in our families, our communities, and throughout the world. The harvest will be great for those who prepare their hearts and trust in God's perfect timing. Chosen ones, the year 2025 will be a powerful season of endings and new beginnings, a divine invitation from God to reflect, renew, and rise. This is not just another year on the calendar. It is a sacred opportunity to examine our lives, release what no longer serves God's purpose, and boldly step into the future He has so lovingly prepared for us. God is calling us to shed old burdens, whether they are unhealthy habits, limiting beliefs, toxic relationships, or deep-seated fears. These things may feel familiar, but they weigh us down and hinder us from embracing the new life God wants to give us. Just as a gardener clears the soil to make space for fresh growth, we must clear our hearts and minds to receive the blessings and opportunities God is planting in this new season. Let us embrace this transformation with faith, courage, and compassion, trusting that God is guiding us every step of the way. This is a time to let go, to trust His process, and to walk forward with confidence, knowing that His plans for us are filled with hope and promise. Now, I invite you to reflect. What are you leaving behind in 2025? What new seeds are you planting for the future God has planned for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story could be the very inspiration someone else needs to answer God's call. If this message has touched your heart, please subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so we can continue spreading God's light to those who need it most. May God bless you abundantly as you step into this season of transformation. Today, we embark on a journey of profound exploration into a transformation many chosen ones are experiencing in this very moment, the second spiritual awakening. Have you felt an undeniable stirring within your soul recently? A quiet yet persistent sense that a new chapter of consciousness is dawning? This is no ordinary change. It is a divine metamorphosis, a sacred calling to rise to an entirely new level of spiritual evolution. If the first awakening was like opening your spiritual eyes for the very first time, then the second awakening is akin to gaining high-definition clarity. It is as if a black and white world suddenly bursts into vibrant color, unveiling the true nuances and vibrations of reality. This extraordinary transformation allows you to see not just with your eyes, but with your heart and soul. It's a deeper, more profound awakening that elevates your existence beyond what you ever imagined. Let us dive into the essence of this sacred transformation and uncover the signs that indicate you are walking the divine path of the second awakening. While the first awakening marked the beginning of your spiritual journey, a liberation from the illusions of a purely material existence, the second awakening takes this journey to unimaginable heights. During the first awakening, you may have questioned your reality, peeled back the layers of societal conditioning, and recognized the presence of something infinitely greater than yourself. It was a pivotal moment of realization, a gateway to your spiritual essence. However, the second awakening transcends even this. It is not just an awareness, but a complete transformation of how you experience and interact with reality. Every thought becomes a creative force, every emotion a divine tool for growth, and every action an intentional act of manifesting your higher self. It is as if the universe is whispering directly to your soul, guiding you toward the ultimate alignment with your divine purpose. This awakening brings with it a heightened consciousness, a new lens through which you perceive the world. It reveals that everything is connected, that your thoughts, emotions, and actions ripple outward to shape not only your reality, but the collective reality of the world. Let us uncover the sacred signs that indicate your soul is undergoing this profound shift. These signs are not mere coincidences, but divine confirmations that God is working within you, calling you to a higher purpose. Number 1. Perception of vibrational frequencies. The second awakening begins subtly yet profoundly, often with an enhanced sensitivity to the unseen vibrational energies that weave through existence. It feels as though an invisible veil has been lifted, unveiling a deeper reality that was always present, but never fully perceived. You become acutely aware of the energetic currents that surround and flow through you, as if every thought, every intention, is charged with a magnetic frequency capable of shaping the very fabric of your reality. What once seemed fleeting and abstract now feels tangible, resonant, and alive. This heightened awareness transforms your inner world, becoming a compass that steers your choices and relationships. You naturally begin to distance yourself from the people, environments, and activities that drain or clash with your newfound vibration. It's not a conscious rejection but an organic shift, a quiet, intuitive knowing that these aspects no longer serve your growth. Superficial connections and shallow interactions fade into the background, replaced by the profound magnetism of alignment. In their place, deeper and more meaningful connections emerge, almost effortlessly. These new bonds feel destined, as if they are extensions of your soul's purpose, drawn together by the invisible strings of shared resonance. Every encounter, every interaction, becomes imbued with significance, reflecting the clarity of your inner state. Through this process, you begin to embody a harmonious balance, shedding the energies that no longer belong and embracing those that uplift and expand your spirit. The second awakening is not merely a moment of revelation, it is a journey of becoming, a return to your authentic self, where every vibration and thought flows in harmony with the greater symphony of the universe. In this state, you feel empowered, aligned, and deeply connected to the infinite possibilities of creation. Number 2. Dissolution of the ego. Perhaps the most profound and challenging aspect of the second awakening is the dissolution of the ego. This process is not a gentle unraveling, but often feels like the shattering of an identity you once held dear. The ego, built on the scaffolding of appearances, possessions, achievements, and societal labels, begins to lose its grip as the illusion of its permanence fades. For so long, it defined who you thought you were, shaping your desires, fears, and relationships. But as your awareness deepens, you come to a startling realization. Your true essence lies far beyond the confines of what you own, how you appear, or how others perceive you. This awakening can feel like an existential crisis. The frameworks you once trusted, your beliefs, values, and the structures of the world around you begin to crumble. What seemed solid now feels hollow, leaving you questioning everything. The loss of this false sense of self can be disorienting, even frightening, as it forces you to confront the emptiness left behind. But within this deconstruction lies an unparalleled opportunity for liberation. The ego does not dissolve quietly. It resists fiercely. It manifests as fear, doubt, or a desperate clinging to the old ways of being. You might feel the pull to retreat into familiar patterns, to rebuild the illusion of control. Yet, each step forward, however small, leads you closer to a divine truth that transcends the ego's limitations. It is a journey of surrender, of letting go of the need to define yourself through external means and embracing the infinite light within. With time, the fear gives way to peace, and the doubts dissolve into clarity. What emerges is a profound connection to your authentic self, a version of you that is unbound, limitless, and aligned with the divine essence of the universe. In shedding the ego, you do not lose yourself. You finally come home to who you truly are. Number 3. Awakening to interconnectedness. Another profound hallmark of the second awakening is the realization of the interconnectedness of all things. It is as if a deeper layer of reality is revealed, where you perceive the invisible threads that weave together every being, every action, and every emotion into a grand, unified tapestry. This awareness dissolves the illusion of separateness, showing you that no thought, word, or deed exists in isolation. Suddenly, The barriers between self and other blur, and you feel a deep kinship with all life, a shared essence that flows through everything. This realization inspires profound empathy and compassion. You begin to understand that to serve others is not merely an act of kindness. It is an act of self-love, for in lifting others, you lift yourself. This unity consciousness shifts your focus from individual gain to collective well-being. The old ways of striving for personal success, recognition, or material wealth begin to feel hollow, replaced by a yearning to contribute meaningfully to the greater whole. As this perspective takes root, you may feel an undeniable calling to realign your life. Your career, relationships, and goals come under scrutiny as you seek to ensure they reflect your higher purpose. Choices once guided by ambition or convenience are now infused with intention, aimed at serving the interconnected web of existence. Even the simplest activities, whether preparing a meal, helping a stranger, or tending to the earth, take on a sacred significance, for you begin to see their place in the divine plan. This unity consciousness does not diminish your individuality. Instead, it expands it. You become a unique note in the symphony of creation, harmonizing with the greater whole. In recognizing the oneness of all things, you unlock a deeper, more fulfilling way of living, one where love, purpose, and connection become the foundation of your existence. Number 4. Intense emotional release. The second awakening often brings with it the unlocking of long-repressed emotions, allowing them to rise to the surface in their raw, unfiltered form. These emotions, grief, joy, love, anger, or even fear, can emerge unexpectedly, like powerful waves washing over you. Their intensity may feel overwhelming at first, as if the dam of your heart has burst open. But these emotional releases are not random. They are sacred. They are the soul's way of cleansing itself, purging the old, stagnant energies that have weighed you down for so long. Each release, though challenging, is an act of healing. The grief you feel might be for parts of yourself you've lost along the way, or for dreams you had to let go of. The joy might arise from the rediscovery of your inner light. And the love, the profound, unshakable love, may remind you of your connection to the divine. These emotions are not there to punish or burden you. They are there to liberate you. They create space within your soul, making room for divine light, peace, and clarity to flow freely. As you allow these feelings to surface and move through you, you'll notice a shift within. The heaviness that once clung to you begins to dissipate. You become lighter, freer, and more attuned to the flow of divine energy coursing through your being. This process is not linear, nor is it always easy. Some days will feel like a flood, others like a calm stream. But with each wave that comes and goes, you are stepping closer to wholeness. Through this journey of emotional release, you gain not only healing, but also wisdom. You learn to honor your feelings as sacred messengers, guiding you toward deeper alignment with your true self. In this way, the second awakening transforms you from within, revealing a heart that beats in harmony with the divine. Number 5. A deepened intuition. As the second awakening unfolds, your intuition blossoms into a powerful and reliable guide, a direct line to divine wisdom that feels both profound and natural. What was once dismissed as a vague gut feeling now emerges with striking clarity, a voice of inner knowing that cuts through the noise of doubt and confusion. This intuition is not something new you have learned. Rather, it is an ancient gift you're remembering, a sacred faculty that awakens as you align with your true essence. Each intuitive insight feels like a revelation, as if a veil has been lifted to reveal a hidden truth. These moments of clarity illuminate your path with an unmistakable certainty, steering you toward choices and opportunities that resonate with your higher purpose. Whether it's a gentle nudge to follow an unexpected direction, a sudden understanding of a complex situation, or an unshakable sense of what is right for you, this guidance feels deeply rooted in wisdom beyond the limits of the mind. What sets this intuition apart is the trust it evokes. You come to rely on it not as a fleeting feeling, but as the voice of the divine within you. It bypasses logic and reason, speaking directly to your soul in a language that is unmistakable and undeniable. With each step forward, your faith in this guidance deepens. You find yourself making decisions with ease and confidence, knowing they are aligned with your highest good. This reconnection to your intuition transforms your perspective on life. Challenges no longer feel like random obstacles but opportunities for growth revealed through inner wisdom. The chaos of uncertainty is replaced by a sense of flow and alignment. As you embrace this sacred gift, you realize that the answers you seek have always been within you, waiting for this moment of awakening to be heard. The journey of the second awakening is as transformative as it is challenging. It is not a smooth or linear path, but one that requires courage, resilience, and unwavering faith. The ego, fearing its dissolution, clings tightly to its familiar ways. Old patterns and limiting beliefs, deeply ingrained in your psyche, may resurface with renewed intensity. Moments of doubt and confusion may arise, making you question whether you are truly progressing. Yet, these trials are not obstacles to deter you. They are sacred opportunities for growth, placed on your path to refine and elevate your soul. Every challenge you face holds a profound purpose. When you confront fear and choose love instead, you transcend the limitations of the ego. When you release the weight of the past, be it regrets, pain, or attachments, you make space for divine light to enter. And when you step into the unknown with faith and trust, you open the door to possibilities far beyond what you could have imagined. Each step, no matter how small, carries you closer to your authentic self and raises your consciousness to new heights. The rewards of this journey are boundless and deeply fulfilling. You will discover a profound inner peace, one that is unshaken by external circumstances. This peace becomes the foundation of your life, radiating outward in waves of love, compassion, and purpose. Your transformation will inspire others, encouraging them to embark on their own spiritual journeys, not through words, but by the example of your being. Most importantly, this journey leads you to reconnect with your divine essence, the eternal truth of who you are. You come to realize that you are not your fears, your achievements, or your failures. You are a limitless soul, a spark of the divine, here to shine your light and fulfill your sacred purpose. This is the ultimate gift of the second awakening, a homecoming to your truest self. The second awakening is not the culmination of your spiritual journey, but rather the commencement of a profound new chapter. It serves as a sacred invitation to live as a radiant beacon of light in the world, embodying the boundless love and infinite wisdom of the divine in every moment of your existence. As you walk this enlightened path, you will come to realize that your very presence has the power to transform the lives of those around you. Your energy becomes a catalyst for positive change, inspiring others to seek their own inner light. Remember, this journey is uniquely yours. There is no singular path to the second awakening. It unfolds organically, guided by the rhythm of your soul and the whispers of the universe. Each individual's experience is a personal tapestry woven from their own insights, challenges, and revelations. Trust the process wholeheartedly, embracing the transformations that arise with an open heart and mind. Know that you are being divinely supported every step of the way, even when the path ahead seems unclear. As you delve deeper into this new chapter, you will find that your connection to the divine strengthens. Your intuition sharpens, your compassion deepens, and your understanding of the interconnectedness of all things becomes more profound. Activities that once seemed ordinary take on new meaning as you perceive their role in the grand tapestry of existence. Your life becomes a living expression of divine love and wisdom, touching others in ways you may never fully realize. Embrace this journey with courage and grace, for it is a path of continuous growth and endless possibilities. Trust in the divine timing of your awakening, and allow yourself to flow with the natural currents of your soul's evolution. You are not alone. The universe conspires with you, offering guidance, synchronicities, and signs to illuminate your way. By embracing the changes and trusting in the divine support that surrounds you, you align yourself with your highest purpose and unlock the limitless potential within. If these signs resonate with you, it is a sacred confirmation that you are being called to fulfill a greater mission. This is your moment to step into your power and embrace the divine purpose that awaits you. Declare your readiness for the second awakening by affirming, "I am ready to awaken to my highest self." Let this declaration be the first step in a journey of limitless love, radiant light, and a profound connection to the divine. As you embrace this transformation, may your light shine brightly for the world, inspiring and illuminating the path for others to follow. You are a chosen one, uniquely equipped to bring hope, healing, and compassion to a world that deeply needs it. The world is waiting for your radiance, now more than ever. Thank you for taking the time to join us on this sacred journey. Your presence here means everything, and we are honored to be part of your awakening. If this message has inspired or uplifted you, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and become part of a community dedicated to spreading love and light. By subscribing, you ensure you won't miss the next steps of this beautiful journey. Beloved chosen ones, have you ever felt a deep stirring within your soul? A sense that your life is not ordinary, that your journey carries a profound weight beyond what the world can see? Perhaps your path has been marked by trials so painful they defy understanding, moments of loneliness so intense they feel unbearable, or victories so miraculous they leave you speechless. What if these events, both the bitter and the sweet, are not coincidences? What if they are divine markers, signs placed by God Himself to reveal your anointing and prepare you for an extraordinary purpose? Consider the story of Joseph. Betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and unjustly imprisoned, Joseph's life seemed irreparably broken. Yet behind the scenes, God was crafting a masterpiece. As we see in Genesis 37:18-36, Joseph's trials were not meant to destroy him, but to prepare him for a destiny so great it would save entire nations. Could it be that your struggles, too, are markers of divine preparation? In this message, we will uncover 5 extraordinary signs that prove you are among God's chosen ones, those set apart, powerfully anointed, and entrusted with a purpose far greater than you can imagine. These signs are not random. They are reserved for those whom God has called to rise above, walk in faith, and shine His light into the darkest places. If you felt this undeniable pull in your spirit, let it be known today. Type 999 in the comments as a declaration of your readiness to embrace your calling. And to those who support this mission of hope and truth, your generosity is deeply appreciated. Together, we are spreading light in a world longing for God's touch. Now let us journey together into this revelation. By the end of this message, you may recognize that your trials, victories, and even your solitude are divine indicators of your anointing. Let's explore these signs and uncover the profound purpose God has designed for you. Sign number 1. Unexplainable isolation. Have you ever felt deeply alone, as though you've been set apart from others in ways that you can't quite explain? Perhaps relationships you cherished have dissolved, and connections you once relied on have withered away. It feels as if no matter how much you long for closeness, you remain at a distance. But what if this isolation is not a curse but a divine calling? When God sets you apart, He often removes the distractions, habits, and people that no longer align with your purpose. Like Abraham, who was told, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you," you may find yourself leaving behind what is familiar to step into something extraordinary. This separation may manifest in 3 distinct ways: physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Each serves a divine purpose in preparing you for the extraordinary calling God has placed on your life. Have you noticed that certain friendships, environments, or routines that once felt natural now seem out of place? Conversations that once brought joy now feel shallow or forced, and social circles that used to welcome you no longer resonate with your spirit. This isn't rejection, it's redirection. God is lovingly removing what no longer aligns with your destiny because He is leading you to higher places. Not everyone is meant to walk with you on this journey. Just as God called Abraham to leave his country, his people, and his father's household to follow him to an unknown land, you may find yourself being pulled away from the familiar to step into something greater. Trust that this physical separation is a part of God's plan to position you where you need to be. The loneliness you feel may be God's way of teaching you to depend on Him above all else. When human comfort falls short, He becomes your ultimate refuge. David expressed this truth in Psalm 27:10. Though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me. In this season of emotional solitude, God whispers truths about your identity. You are chosen, set apart, and loved beyond measure. He uses these moments to deepen your relationship with Him, building a foundation of trust and intimacy that cannot be shaken. In isolation, God often reveals His greatest plans. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before encountering God in the burning bush, where he received his divine assignment. Similarly, Jesus frequently withdrew to lonely places to pray and commune with the Father. Solitude is not a punishment, it is preparation. In these quiet moments, God molds you, strengthens you, and refines your character. He strips away distractions and impurities, creating space for His voice to be heard more clearly. This season of separation is a sacred process. It is where God prepares you to carry the weight of your calling and aligns you with His will. Though it may feel painful or confusing, trust that God is working all things together for your good. You are not being abandoned. You are being set apart for something extraordinary. Embrace this time of separation as God's loving way of equipping you for the incredible purpose He has in store for your life. Sign number 2. Constant opposition and unprovoked attacks. Have you ever felt as though the world was working against you, even when your heart was in the right place and your intentions were pure? Perhaps you've been misunderstood, criticized unfairly, or even sabotaged by those you trusted most. If this sounds familiar, take heart. This opposition is not a curse. It is confirmation of your anointing. When God places a powerful calling on your life, it stirs both the heavens and the enemy. Your light naturally disrupts the darkness, and your purpose poses a threat to forces that want to keep you from fulfilling it. Consider Joseph, a young man with dreams given by God. His brothers despised him, not because of anything he had done, but because of the destiny God had revealed to him. His anointing made him a target. Similarly, the enemy sees the potential God has placed within you and will do whatever it takes to derail you before you reach your destiny. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." The opposition you face may seem personal, but it often has a deeper spiritual root. The enemy uses criticism, jealousy, and resistance to discourage and distract you. Yet opposition is not meant to break you, it is meant to build you. Like gold refined in fire, trials strip away impurities, sharpen your character, and prepare you for the weight of your calling. James 1:2-4 encourages us, "Consider it pure joy, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Every challenge is an opportunity for growth, faith, and alignment with God's will. While the road may feel lonely and the battles fierce, know this: your opposition is proof of your purpose. Lean into God's strength, keep your eyes on the promise He has for you, and trust that every trial is refining you for the extraordinary destiny He has prepared. The enemy wouldn't fight so hard if you weren't chosen. Stand firm. Victory is ahead. Sign number 3. Unusual sensitivity to energy and environments. Do you often sense the emotional or spiritual atmosphere of a room before anyone speaks? Perhaps you walk into a space and immediately feel the tension, joy, or unease hanging in the air, even when others seem unaware. Do you find yourself deeply moved by the pain or joy of those around you, as if their emotions were your own? This heightened sensitivity is not a weakness or an accident. It is a divine gift, a spiritual compass bestowed upon you by God. This gift of discernment allows you to see beyond appearances, to hear the unspoken cries of the heart, and to perceive the hidden struggles others may carry. It mirrors Jesus' encounter with the Samaritan woman at the well, where he discerned her unspoken needs and revealed truths that transformed her life. Similarly, your sensitivity enables you to connect deeply with others, offering empathy, wisdom, and healing in ways that can only come from God's guidance. This ability is also a call to action. Galatians 6:2 reminds us, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." Your gift allows you to bear the emotional and spiritual burdens of others, becoming a vessel of God's love and compassion. While it can sometimes feel overwhelming, it is an opportunity to reflect Christ's heart by bringing comfort, understanding, and hope to those in need. To steward this gift well, seek God's wisdom and strength. Spend time in prayer, asking Him to guide your sensitivity and to protect your spirit from being weighed down. Remember, your sensitivity is not just for awareness. It is a divine tool to align you with God's will and to bring light to those who need it most. Embrace it as the blessing it is, trusting that God will equip you for the mission He has placed before you. Sign number 4. Repeated signs and synchronicities. Have you ever found yourself noticing repeated patterns, symbols, or so-called coincidences that feel too intentional to ignore? Perhaps it's seeing certain numbers like 1111 or 333 appear frequently on clocks, receipts, or even license plates. Maybe you've come across symbols such as feathers, butterflies, or rainbows at just the right moment, when you needed reassurance or hope. These are not random occurrences. They are divine messages from God, placed in your path to guide, comfort, and encourage you. God often communicates in subtle yet powerful ways, offering us gentle nudges to remind us of His presence. Just as Elijah heard God's voice not in the wind, earthquake, or fire, but in a still, small whisper, these signs are God's way of quietly speaking to your heart. They serve as a divine reassurance that He is walking with you, step by step, even when the road ahead feels uncertain. Have you ever experienced a divine appointment where you met someone or received a message at exactly the right time? Perhaps you were wrestling with a difficult decision or seeking clarity, and suddenly a conversation, a song lyric, or a passage in a book spoke directly to your spirit. These moments are not chance. They are orchestrated by God to confirm your path and provide the encouragement you need. Take a moment to reflect on these experiences. What was happening in your life when these signs appeared? Were they answers to prayers, reminders of God's love, or confirmations of your purpose? Trust that these patterns and encounters are intentional, a reflection of God's intricate care for your journey. Pay attention to these whispers and align your steps with the guidance they offer, for they are evidence of a loving God leading you forward with purpose and grace. Sign number 5. Divine favor and unexplainable breakthroughs. Have you ever encountered moments so perfectly timed that they left you in awe? Doors opening where there seemed to be no way, or resources arriving just when you were at the end of your rope? These are not coincidences, but divine appointments, moments where God's favor is unmistakably at work in your life. Consider the story of Joseph, whose life was a series of unexpected turns. Betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and falsely imprisoned, Joseph seemed destined for despair. Yet, in each of these hardships, God's hand was at work. From managing Potiphar's household to interpreting dreams in prison, Joseph's faithfulness was met with divine favor. Ultimately, God elevated him from the darkness of a prison cell to the brilliance of Pharaoh's court, placing him as second in command over all of Egypt. What others intended for harm, God used for good, not only to save Joseph but to preserve entire nations during a devastating famine. The same God who parted the Red Sea for the Israelites, creating a path where none existed, is still making a way today. Whether it's a miraculous financial provision, a sudden healing, or an opportunity you never imagined, God's favor moves in ways that defy human logic. These breakthroughs remind us of His limitless power and unwavering faithfulness. In moments where the impossible becomes possible, pause to recognize God's hand. Trust that these divine blessings are not random. They are His way of positioning you for something greater. Embrace these opportunities with gratitude and humility, knowing that God's favor is a sign of His love and His perfect plan unfolding in your life. Keep your faith strong, for the best is yet to come. Beloved, if these signs resonate with you, know this: you are not walking an ordinary path. You are chosen, set apart, and powerfully anointed for a purpose far greater than you can imagine. Your trials, victories, and even your solitude are all part of God's divine plan to prepare you for your destiny. As you step forward in faith, remember, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face toward you and give you peace. Are you ready to embrace your calling? Let us know in the comments how God has been speaking to you, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to continue spreading this message of hope and truth. You are not alone. God is with you. Be blessed, stay strong, and walk boldly in faith. You are here for a reason. Stop everything else and focus, because what you're about to hear will change your life forever. This message is not for everyone. It is specifically for the chosen ones, those handpicked by God for His divine purpose. If you are unsure whether this is for you, take a moment to listen. If it resonates, it's because it was meant for you. If not, feel free to turn away. But know this: those who stay to the end will discover a truth so powerful, it will transform your heart, spirit, and destiny. I am here as a messenger, a vessel for the Most High God, delivering a word that can no longer wait. This is not a message of comfort, but of urgency and fire, a message that burns within my spirit and must be released. Listen carefully. You are standing at the threshold of your final test. This is not just another challenge. It is the ultimate test, the one that will determine whether you break through to your destiny or remain in the wilderness of waiting. It is the test that will separate the ready from the unready, the faithful from the wavering. Until you pass this test, nothing will change. Every door will remain shut, every effort will feel futile, and every step forward will seem like walking in circles. But if you overcome, everything will shift. This is not a time for pretty words or false comfort. This is a wake-up call, a truth that will ignite your soul and propel you into action. Are you ready to receive it? If so, prepare your heart and let these words sink deep into your spirit. This test is not about your strength, intelligence, or accomplishments. It is about the condition of your heart, the depth of your faith, and your ability to endure. It is about whether you can hold on to God's promises when everything around you suggests giving up. It's about trusting Him in the silence, leaning into His will during the storms, and remaining steadfast when life feels unbearable. Look at Joseph, a man chosen by God for greatness. God gave Joseph dreams, visions of leadership, and a destiny that would elevate him above his brothers. But before Joseph could step into the promise, he was plunged into a season of testing. Betrayed by his own family, sold into slavery, and falsely accused, Joseph found himself in prison, seemingly forgotten and far from the dreams God had shown him. Yet these trials were not a punishment. They were a divine preparation. Why did God allow Joseph to endure such hardships? Because Joseph wasn't ready for the palace until he had been refined in the pit. The trials weren't meant to break him, but to shape him. God wasn't just preparing the blessing for Joseph. He was preparing Joseph to carry the blessing with humility, wisdom, and strength. In the same way, God is working in your life. The test you are enduring is not to harm you, but to refine you. It is stripping away everything that could hinder your divine calling: fear, doubt, pride, insecurity. It is cultivating in you a faith that cannot be shaken, a trust in God that is unwavering, and a heart that is fully surrendered. Isaiah 48:10 declares, "I have refined you, though not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction." The furnace is not a place of punishment. It is a place of transformation. God allows the heat of trials to burn away impurities and strengthen the character required for your destiny. His primary focus is not on what He's giving you, but on who you are becoming in the process. Understand this: God's blessings are never just for your enjoyment. They are entrusted to those who can steward them for His glory. The transformation happening within you is essential because the weight of your calling is too great to be carried by unprepared hands. This test, though painful, is shaping you into a vessel worthy of God's purpose. Embrace it, for your transformation is the key to unlocking the promise. When you emerge, you will be stronger, wiser, and ready to walk fully in the destiny God has prepared for you. Hold on, chosen one. This refining process is creating in you a heart that reflects the very image of God. The promise is near. Some of you find yourselves in a place that feels all too familiar, a place where prayers for breakthroughs seem to go unanswered, where every effort to move forward feels blocked, and where the circumstances you long to change remain stubbornly the same. You've asked why. You've cried out to God for answers. And here's the hard truth: you didn't pass the test. Like the Israelites, who wandered in the wilderness for 40 years, you've been circling the same mountains of delay, frustration, and disappointment. The Israelites doubted God's promises and allowed fear to dictate their actions. Instead of trusting the one who had parted the Red Sea, they complained, hesitated, and disobeyed. As a result, they delayed their destiny and missed the victory that could have been theirs much sooner. But this doesn't have to be your story. God's will for your life is not endless wandering, but victorious living. The test you're facing now is not meant to defeat you. It is designed to elevate you. God's desire is to move you forward, to open doors, and to bring you into the fullness of His promises. But He cannot do that until you are ready. The test before you is not punishment, it is preparation. Pass this test, and every barrier holding you back will break. Pass this test, and you will step into a new season of divine purpose and fulfillment. Consider Jesus, our ultimate example. Before He began His ministry, He was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, a place of testing. For 40 days and nights, He endured hunger, faced relentless temptation, and battled the enemy Himself. Yet, this time in the wilderness was not a punishment. It was preparation. It was here that His obedience was tested, His faith was solidified, and His mission was clarified. The wilderness was necessary. Without the wilderness, there would have been no cross. Without the cross, there would have been no resurrection. And without the resurrection, there would be no victory over sin and death. Jesus' time of testing was not just for Him, it was for us. It paved the way for the ultimate triumph that changed eternity. Your wilderness serves a similar purpose. It is not a dead end. It is the pathway to your promise. It is shaping you, refining you, and aligning you with God's will. The breakthrough you seek, the victory you long for, and the purpose you desire are all on the other side of this test. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Trust that God's plans are good, that His promises are true, and that He is working all things together for your good. This test is your gateway to greater things. Step into it with faith, endure it with trust, and emerge victorious, ready to fulfill the destiny God has prepared for you. You cannot pray this test away, skip it, or avoid it. No amount of pleading will cause God to remove the refining process, because it is not born out of cruelty, but out of his deep, abiding love for you. He knows that the blessing you've been asking for, the promotion, the relationship, the calling, is not just a gift, it's a responsibility. Without the foundation of faith, character, and endurance forged in the fire, the very blessing you desire could overwhelm and crush you. God loves you far too much to allow that to happen. Instead, he places you in the fire, not to destroy you, but to refine you, to shape you into the person capable of carrying the weight of his purpose. 2 Corinthians 4:17 reminds us, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all." The struggles you are enduring now, the unanswered prayers, the long waits, the heartaches, are not without purpose. They are temporary, but the glory they are producing is eternal. The fire of testing may feel overwhelming, but it is burning away the impurities that cannot go with you into your destiny: fear, doubt, pride, and any reliance on your own strength. Think of a blacksmith refining silver. The process involves intense heat, enough to melt away every impurity, leaving only the purest form of the metal behind. This is what God is doing in you. The flames may feel fierce, but they are under his control. He is the master craftsman, carefully tending the fire to ensure it doesn't consume you, but instead refines and strengthens you. He is not punishing you, he is preparing you. This refining process is not about withholding your promise. It is about ensuring that both you and the promise are ready. The glory that awaits you on the other side of this test is far greater than the pain of enduring it. The character, wisdom, and faith you gain in this season will not only prepare you for the blessing, but will also enable you to sustain it and glorify God through it. You cannot rush this process because it is essential for your transformation. The person you are becoming matters more to God than the blessing itself. He is not just answering your prayers. He is elevating your spirit, deepening your trust, and aligning your heart with his divine purpose. Failing this test means more than just a temporary setback. It means remaining stuck in the same frustrating cycles of waiting, delay, and unfulfilled promises. It means circling the same mountain of doubt and disappointment, unable to move forward into the fullness of what God has planned for your life. But listen closely. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to repeat the same patterns or live in a perpetual state of almost. God's plan for you is not one of stagnation, but one of hope, victory, and divine purpose. The test you're facing is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to shape you. God is using this moment to prepare you for what's ahead. The blessings you've been praying for are not just rewards. They are responsibilities. To carry them well, you must first become the person God has called you to be. Strong in faith, unwavering in trust, and aligned with his will. This is your moment. Chosen one. The test before you is not an obstacle. It is the key to your breakthrough. It is the bridge between who you are now and who God has destined you to become. It is refining you, strengthening you, and readying you for the next level of your calling. Do not let fear or frustration cause you to give up. Stand firm in the face of the trial, knowing that God is working all things for your good. Pass this test, and you will step into a season of transformation, victory, and purpose beyond anything you've imagined. The path to your destiny starts here. Walk boldly into it with faith. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead, the power of resurrection, triumph, and unshakable victory, lives within you. This is not just a comforting thought. It is a divine reality. You are not alone in the battle you face. Heaven is fighting for you, and all of God's promises are standing firm on your behalf. Jeremiah 29:11 assures us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." But stepping into that future requires something of you. It demands endurance to press on when the road is long, faith to trust God when his plans are unclear, and surrender to release control and submit fully to his will. These qualities are not easy to cultivate, but they are essential for unlocking the life God has prepared for you. Do not fear the fire you are walking through. It may feel intense, but it is not meant to consume you. It is refining you, purifying you, and preparing you for the greatness that lies ahead. Resist the urge to escape the process or rush its timing. God is faithful. What He has begun in you, He will bring to completion. Trust the one who holds the fire and know that every moment of this journey is working for your good. You are being shaped into a vessel of honor, equipped to carry the blessings and purpose God has ordained for your life. Hold on, chosen one, for the power of God within you is greater than anything you face, and His plans for you are far beyond what you could ever imagine. Let us pray together. Heavenly Father, Almighty Creator of heaven and earth, we come before you with hearts full of reverence. You are holy, righteous, and sovereign over all. We call upon your presence in this moment, asking you to move mightily in our lives. Lord, we are in the midst of a test that feels overwhelming, stretching us to our limits. But we declare today that we will not face this test in our own strength. We call upon you, the God who strengthens the weary and increases the power of the weak. Father, refine us in this fire. Strip away every fear, doubt, pride, and unbelief. Shape us into vessels of honor, ready to carry the weight of your glory. We declare that this test is not the end. It is the beginning of our breakthrough. You are opening doors that no one can shut and making ways where there seem to be none. Chains are breaking, strongholds are falling, and miracles are being released. Lord, bless every person connected to this message. Surround them with your favor, protect them from the enemy, and pour out blessings they cannot contain. Let this season of testing prepare them for a season of victory. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray. Amen. If this message has stirred something deep within you, don't let this moment pass. Take a bold step of faith and declare in the comments, Jesus, I surrender myself to you. This is not just a statement. It is a proclamation of trust, faith, and your commitment to stepping into the destiny God has prepared for you. Your words have power, and this simple act of surrender can mark the beginning of a life-changing journey. We also invite you to join us in spreading God's truth and hope to others. By liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel, you're not just supporting a mission, you're sowing seeds into the kingdom of God. Every act of engagement helps carry this message to hearts that desperately need to hear it, transforming lives and igniting faith around the world. Your partnership in this mission matters more than you know. Chosen one. Remember this: your wilderness is not your destination. It is the pathway to your promise. God is working in you, refining you, and preparing you for something greater. Pass this test and step boldly into the fullness of your divine destiny. Heaven is cheering you on, and the world is waiting for you to rise. Thank you for being part of this journey, and for standing with us in faith. Together, we are spreading hope, sharing truth, and building a legacy for God's glory. Your breakthrough is near. Keep going, and trust that God's promises will never fail. Stay connected and let's continue this journey of faith together. They tested your blood. Yes, you heard that right. They examined it in their laboratories, questioned it, and tried to comprehend the incredible power coursing through your veins. But the results left them in shock, and you in triumph. The truth? You are not ordinary. You are chosen. This energy within you, this divine force, is destined to change the world. They cannot stop your ascension because you exist beyond their understanding. Are you ready to embrace this truth? If so, let your voice be heard. Write 77 in the comments to declare your power and your chosenness. Remember, this is only the beginning. For too long, they believed they could shape your world, manipulate your reality, and define your worth. But now, the truth is dawning on them. Their supposed strength was nothing more than a shadow cast by your light, a borrowed confidence masking their dependence on you. Without your energy, their fragile house of cards collapses, leaving them scrambling in the ruins of their own illusions. The fragility of borrowed strength. Those who once sought control over you often wore the guise of strength and charm, projecting an image of confidence and authority. Their demeanor was carefully curated to inspire trust, portraying them as steadfast and reliable. Yet beneath this polished exterior lay a fragile ego, desperate for validation, a need they cunningly sought to fulfill through you. They were masters of subtle manipulation, planting seeds of self-doubt during your most vulnerable moments. Their calculated words twisted reality, reframing their domination as care, their interference as concern, and their silence as punishment, cultivating a cycle of emotional dependence that left you questioning your own worth. These individuals thrived in environments where harmony was valued over confrontation, exploiting your empathy and kindness as tools to maintain their control. They knew the language of guilt and gratitude, wielding it to secure their position. Each act of giving on your part was met with a carefully constructed response designed to keep you unaware of the power imbalance. They became the constant takers, feeding on your willingness to sacrifice, while ensuring you remained blind to their true intentions. But every cycle has its breaking point. The moment you chose to reclaim your narrative, the cracks in their control began to show. Perhaps it was a single quiet act, a firm boundary drawn where there had been none, a refusal to bend to their expectations, or an unapologetic decision to prioritize your well-being. That seemingly small step set off a chain reaction that unraveled their carefully constructed facade. The illusion of their strength, so dependent on your acquiescence, began to crumble. With each act of self-assertion, the equilibrium they relied upon tipped irreversibly out of their favor. The foundation of their dominance, built on your energy and compliance, started to falter. Suddenly, the rules of their game no longer applied. The power dynamic shifted, exposing the fragility they had long hidden behind their confident exterior. What they once took for granted, the quiet support, the endless understanding, the unspoken sacrifices, was no longer theirs to control. Your decision to prioritize yourself was not just an act of defiance, but a declaration of worth. It was a reclamation of your energy and autonomy, a statement that you would no longer be a passive participant in a narrative they dictated. As their influence waned, they were forced to confront a reality they had long avoided. Their strength was never their own, and without you, the carefully balanced facade they had constructed could not stand. Their loss was profound, but it was theirs alone to bear, a consequence of their choices. For you, it was the beginning of freedom, growth, and self-discovery, a transformation they could no longer contain. The power of walking away. Walking away is not just an act of defiance. It is a transformative declaration of independence, a profound moment of reclaiming your narrative and stepping into your power. It signifies the recognition of your inherent worth, a worth that was never theirs to define or diminish. By choosing to leave, you break free from the constraints they carefully crafted, unshackling yourself from the emotional chains they used to maintain their dominance. It is an assertion of a power they worked tirelessly to keep you unaware of, a light they sought to dim to protect their fragile illusions of control. For those who sought to hold you back, this moment is a reckoning. Their regret, raw and unrelenting, now consumes them. They are forced to confront the undeniable truth that their world revolved around a star they thought they could manipulate. You. They thrived on your energy, your strength, and your unwavering presence. Your compassion, which they dismissed as weakness, was in reality the foundation of their stability. Your patience, which they mistook for compliance, was a testament to your resilience and grace. Now, without you, their carefully constructed facade begins to crumble. The strength they projected to the world was never truly their own. It was borrowed, sustained by the unwavering light you provided. Stripped of your support, the cracks in their false confidence grow deeper, revealing the hollow core beneath. They are left grappling with a harsh reality they long denied, that their control was never real, merely an illusion built on the foundation of your sacrifice and energy. This realization is haunting for them. They must now face the void left by your absence, a chasm that cannot be filled by their own means. What they once mistook for their own radiance was nothing more than a reflection of your inner fire. They underestimated you at every turn, failing to see the immense strength within you. Their regret stems not only from losing you, but from recognizing how profoundly they misunderstood your worth. What they thought was control, a dynamic where they believed themselves to be the orchestrators of your life, was, in truth, an imbalance sustained by your generosity and your unwillingness to confront their manipulations. Now, the illusion has been shattered. The truth stands undeniable. Your power, compassion, and patience were the forces that held their world together. In walking away, you have not only liberated yourself, but also sent a powerful message. You have shown them, and the world, that true strength cannot be borrowed, stolen, or subdued. It comes from within, from the courage to rise above manipulation and choose yourself. And now, as they wrestle with the consequences of their actions, you move forward, unbound and radiant, a testament to the unyielding force of self-worth and independence. The phoenix rises. You are like a phoenix, rising majestically from the ashes of manipulation and control, transformed and triumphant. Where once they sought to dim your light and anchor you to their narrative, you now soar unbound, unapologetic, and undeniably strong. You have stepped into a future shaped by your resilience and courage, leaving behind the chains of their control. No longer tethered to their expectations or manipulations, your path is one of growth, healing, and self-discovery, a radiant proclamation of your worth and potential. The energy they once siphoned from you, the very life force they relied upon to maintain their illusion of power, has been reclaimed. It now fuels your purpose, driving you toward a life of abundance, peace, and fulfillment. Every step forward is a testament to the strength you always possessed, a strength they sought to control, but never truly understood. You have turned the pain they caused into a source of inspiration, the doubts they planted into a foundation of self-belief, and the limitations they imposed into a boundless horizon of possibilities. Their regret, raw and relentless, is not yours to bear. It is the natural consequence of their own choices, a reckoning they must face alone. You owe them nothing, no explanation, no solace, no place in the future you are building. Their loss is not just your absence, it is the loss of the energy, compassion, and strength you once gave so freely. As you rise, their world unravels, and they are forced to confront the stark reality of their own inadequacies. What they once projected as strength and control was, in truth, a fragile facade upheld by your light. Now, that facade has withered, leaving them to navigate the emptiness they created. Stripped of the support they took for granted, they must grapple with the painful truth. Their identity, their confidence, their very sense of stability were all built on what you provided. Without you, the foundation they so carefully constructed crumbles, revealing vulnerabilities they worked tirelessly to conceal. Their borrowed strength is gone, and they are left with nothing but the void they tried to deny. Your departure has become a mirror reflecting their shortcomings, a spotlight illuminating the flaws in their carefully curated image. But their regret, while profound, is not your responsibility. It is their burden to carry, their lesson to learn. As they remain tethered to the remnants of the past, you move forward, empowered and unencumbered. You have reclaimed your narrative and become the author of your destiny. Like the phoenix, you have turned destruction into renewal, rising brighter and stronger than before. You are a testament to the unyielding power of self-worth, and your transformation is not just a personal victory. It is an inspiration to others who long to break free. You are living proof that true strength lies in choosing yourself, in letting go of what no longer serves you, and in embracing the boundless possibilities of a life lived on your own terms. A reckoning for the manipulators. For those who sought to dominate you, this moment marks their reckoning. Their carefully constructed facade of control has shattered, and the truth they fought so hard to avoid now stands before them in stark clarity. They can no longer deny that their identity, their confidence, and their sense of authority were never truly their own. All along, it was pieced together from the energy you so selflessly provided. What they believed was strength was, in reality, a fragile construct built on the foundation of your light, your compassion, and your resilience. Like a house built on shifting sands, their false confidence has crumbled, leaving them to confront the void that has always existed within. This collapse lays bare the fragility of their supposed power, a power they wielded with desperation disguised as control. They orchestrated a facade to keep you under their influence, but it was you who anchored their sense of stability and worth. Without your presence, without the energy they extracted from you, their carefully curated image of dominance can no longer stand. Now, they find themselves trapped in the haunting awareness of their failure. It is not merely the loss of you that haunts them, though that loss is profound. It is the realization that they squandered the potential they once held in their hands. They had access to your strength, your support, and your boundless ability to uplift, and instead of nurturing that connection, they chose to manipulate and control. In their attempts to diminish you, they failed to recognize the very foundation of their own existence was rooted in the strength they sought to suppress. This reckoning forces them to face a brutal truth. Their inability to grow has left them stagnant, even as you rise far beyond their grasp. While you have embraced transformation and liberation, they remain chained to the remnants of their own insecurities. The gap between your ascent and their stagnation grows wider with each step you take toward your authentic self. Their failure is not just in losing your presence, but in failing to evolve. They now see the opportunities they forfeited, the trust they betrayed, and the strength they undervalued. What they once dismissed as your vulnerability was, in truth, the power that sustained them. Now, with that power reclaimed, they are left to navigate the desolation of a life without the energy and support they so recklessly relied upon. As they are forced to confront their shortcomings, you continue to rise. Your journey of self-discovery and empowerment shines as a beacon, a reminder that growth is always possible, but only for those willing to face their own flaws and limitations. Their reckoning is a consequence of their choices, a mirror reflecting the emptiness they worked so hard to conceal. And as they remain bound to the past, you soar into a future of freedom, purpose, and unyielding strength. Your transformation, a light for others. Your journey is a profound testament to resilience and self-discovery, a living narrative of the strength it takes to reclaim your energy and transform your life. You've taken the fragments of yourself that others sought to control and turned them into a masterpiece of purpose and empowerment. By redirecting your energy toward your own growth and healing, you've created a sanctuary for your soul, a sacred space where your authenticity thrives and your spirit is free to soar. This transformation is more than personal triumph. It is a call to others who find themselves bound by the chains of toxic relationships and manipulative dynamics. Your story shines like a beacon in the darkness, illuminating a path of hope for those who feel trapped. You've shown that liberation is not only possible but inevitable when one chooses to prioritize self-worth and authenticity. By sharing your journey, you inspire others to rise, to reclaim their own narratives, and to break free from the constraints of those who seek to diminish them. As you ascend, the relationships in your life transform as well. No longer tethered to connections that drain and deplete, you now attract bonds built on mutual respect, trust, and shared growth. The energy that was once stolen or squandered on manipulative influences is now directed toward nurturing relationships that uplift and empower you. These connections are a reflection of your evolution, a testament to the boundaries you've established and the standards you now uphold. In your newfound clarity, you've embraced the limitless possibilities of a life unbound by manipulation and control. You have proven that true connection comes from reciprocity, from relationships that honor and celebrate your growth rather than fear it. Each step forward reinforces your independence and reveals the beauty of living in alignment with your true self. Your journey also serves as a profound reminder to others. There is power in choosing yourself. There is strength in letting go of what no longer serves you, in saying no to relationships that demand you shrink, and in creating a life that reflects your values and aspirations. Through your transformation, you demonstrate that healing and growth are not only attainable but deeply fulfilling. This is your time to thrive, to live unencumbered by the expectations or manipulations of others. As you continue to rise, your light grows ever brighter, drawing in those who resonate with your energy and repelling those who seek only to take. Your story becomes a symbol of possibility, a testament to the unyielding power of self-discovery, and an invitation for others to step into their own strength. By choosing yourself, you've not only transformed your life, you've inspired countless others to do the same. The weight of regret. For them, regret has become an unbearable burden, a constant shadow that refuses to lift. Every manipulation they once executed with precision now returns to them, its sting amplified by the stark clarity of hindsight. The cold silences they wielded as weapons, the subtle power plays they thought went unnoticed, and the calculated words meant to undermine your confidence, all of these now echo with a hollow resonance. The realization of what they've lost grows heavier with each passing moment. The world they once saw as thriving and under their control has become a barren wasteland, devoid of the vitality and light that your presence brought into their lives. Without you, they stumble through the ruins of their own making, fumbling in the darkness they created. Haunted by their failures, they are forced to confront a reflection they worked so hard to avoid. What stares back at them is not just the loss of your presence, but the undeniable truth of their own shortcomings. The energy they once took for granted, the compassion they mistook for weakness, and the patience they exploited were not infinite resources. These were gifts you gave freely, not because you had to, but because of your strength and capacity for love. Now stripped of those gifts, they are left with the emptiness they refuse to acknowledge. Their downfall is not a sudden collapse but a slow unraveling, a painful exposure of the fragile foundation upon which their supposed power was built. They must now wrestle with the truth they tried so desperately to deny. Control founded on another's strength is always destined to fail, but their downfall is not your responsibility. Their regret, raw and unrelenting, is a consequence of their choices, a lesson they must learn on their own. The pain they feel is not yours to soothe, nor is it your burden to carry. It is a mirror they must face alone, one that reflects the cracks in their character and the void in their own hearts. This reckoning is not about revenge or vindication. It is simply the natural order of things. You have stepped into your power, reclaimed your energy, and chosen a path of growth and authenticity. Their inability to grow alongside you was their own decision, and the regret they now feel is theirs alone to endure. For you, this moment is a release, a shedding of the weight they once imposed upon you. It is a reminder that your worth is not tied to their validation, and your strength is not diminished by their failures. While they grapple with their loss, you continue to rise, unshackled, unapologetic, and unyielding. Their regret is the echo of their own actions, a testament to the truth that they alone must face. And as they linger in the shadows of what could have been, you walk boldly into the light of what is yet to come, a future defined entirely by your own strength and vision. Dear brothers and sisters, this is your time to shine. You are chosen, imbued with divine strength and purpose. The Bible reminds us in Luke 6:38 that whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Your journey is grounded in this truth. Each step you take is a testament to God's divine plan for your life. Now, as you step into your power, consider sharing God's blessings with the world. Click the super thank you button on YouTube to contribute to His mission. With your generosity, you help spread His love and grace, touching countless lives. Your life is no longer defined by the expectations of others. You've broken free, and now your light shines brighter than ever. You've shown the world that true power comes from within, from choosing yourself, and from embracing your God-given purpose. Your story is a testament to the limitless potential of a life lived in authenticity and faith. May you continue to rise, illuminating the path for others as they seek their own freedom. Remember, you are chosen, and this is only the beginning. Let your light shine for the world to see. Welcome, chosen ones. Let this message resonate deeply with your spirit. The devil may be powerful, but even his hands tremble when it comes to the chosen ones. Think about that for a moment. While most people live in constant fear of dark forces, here's a truth that will keep you up for all the right reasons. If you are truly chosen, no demon, no dark entity, no shadowy force can lay a finger on you. Why? Because your destiny is not ordinary. It is sealed with divine protection, a spiritual force field so unbreakable that even the darkest spirits whisper, "Not today." You ever wonder why, despite the chaos around you, you continue to rise? It's not luck. It's God placing you front and center, giving you a clear view of your enemies as they scramble in defeat. And let me tell you, the look on their faces when they realize they can't touch you? Priceless. Here's the truth. Your life is built on a foundation that dark forces cannot breach. You are untouchable, operating on a divine frequency that darkness cannot comprehend, let alone reach. Let's dive deeper into the reasons why the chosen ones are a force that even the devil himself fears. The energy of a chosen one is unmatched, vibrating on a level so high that it's beyond the comprehension of dark forces. Think of it as tuning into a radio station that doesn't exist on their dial. Demons and malevolent entities are confined to lower vibrations, feeding off fear, doubt, and negativity. But you? Your essence is like a celestial symphony they cannot hear. You don't just operate in a different realm. You live in a realm they cannot access. Their attacks bounce off you like pebbles against a fortress wall. It's not about being defensive. It's that they can't even begin to grasp your essence. To them, you're a beacon of light so radiant it's blinding. They scatter, powerless, because your very presence disrupts their plans. Your destiny isn't subject to negotiation. Long before dark forces ever plotted against you, God had already sealed your fate in divine ink. No demon, no scheme, no force can rewrite what God has ordained. Think of it as a celestial contract with your name on it, and there's no room for edits, cancellations, or interference. Every attempt to harm you only reinforces your divine path. Their efforts are absorbed into the divine plan, transforming obstacles into stepping stones. What they meant for evil is repurposed for your growth. This isn't just protection. It's a divine guarantee that your life's purpose will prevail. When you walk with the confidence of someone whose destiny is sealed, every move you make becomes unstoppable. Demons thrive on manipulation and deceit, weaving their influence in the shadows where their schemes can go unnoticed. They plant seeds of fear, doubt, and confusion, hoping you'll unknowingly nurture them with your thoughts and energy. Their power lies in subtlety, relying on their ability to remain hidden while pulling the strings. But as a chosen one, the moment you become aware of their tactics, their power begins to unravel. Awareness is their greatest enemy because it shines a light on their tricks, rendering them powerless. Your understanding acts as both a shield and a sword. It blocks their attempts to infiltrate your mind and cuts through their web of lies with the clarity of divine truth. They rely on secrecy, but you expose them with the light you carry. Their entire strategy collapses when faced with someone who sees through the illusions they so carefully craft. This knowledge terrifies them because they cannot manipulate what is no longer blind to their schemes. The clarity you possess is their defeat. It neutralizes their efforts, leaving them scrambling in confusion and fear. By simply recognizing their games, you strip them of their power, ensuring their attempts fail before they even begin. Here's a powerful truth. The war against you was lost before it even began. From the moment you were chosen, your victory was written into the divine blueprint of your life. Your story is sealed with God's promise, making every trap, every scheme, and every attack against you utterly futile. You are a living testament to the scripture that proclaims, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." The forces of darkness know this truth, yet they still attempt to resist it, only to fail repeatedly. Dark forces pour their energy into trying to derail you, hoping to disrupt the divine purpose attached to your life, but every strike they launch only reinforces their defeat. Each failed attempt reminds them of their ultimate powerlessness against someone protected and elevated by God. The harder they push, the more their plans unravel, exposing their inability to alter what has already been divinely ordained. Your life is anchored to a purpose that cannot be undone. Their efforts to stop you are not only ineffective, they highlight the profound truth of your calling. They are fighting a battle they were destined to lose, and your unwavering progress is proof that God's plan for you remains unstoppable. The authority you carry as a chosen one is undeniable and unmatched. You are not just protected by divine power, you walk in dominion, a position of spiritual superiority that commands respect and instills fear in the forces of darkness. While dark forces thrive in environments of chaos, fear, and confusion, your very presence disrupts their strongholds. When you step into a room, it is not merely you who enters. It is the spiritual authority bestowed upon you by the Creator. This authority radiates from you like a beacon of light, causing them to scatter in panic. Your life is not about mere survival. It's about dominance over darkness. You don't just withstand their attacks, you dismantle their influence entirely, rendering their schemes powerless. They avoid you not out of preference, but because they have no other choice. The energy you carry is too great for them to endure, and they recognize the divine hand that moves with you. This authority isn't just acknowledged, it is deeply feared. Darkness cannot coexist with the light you bring. Where they sow confusion, you bring clarity. Where they stir fear, you exude peace. Your dominion isn't a passive shield, it is an active force that nullifies their presence entirely. You are more than a threat, you are their undoing, a living testament to the power and purpose that cannot be challenged. In your presence, they are reminded of their limits and the futility of opposing someone so deeply aligned with divine truth. Fear is the weapon of choice for demons, their most potent tool for gaining control and sowing destruction. It is the gateway they use to manipulate thoughts, distort reality, and pull people into despair. Fear creates doubt, hesitation, and a sense of powerlessness, all of which are fertile ground for darkness to thrive. But as a chosen one, fear does not rule your heart or dictate your actions. Your mindset is grounded in faith, a divine confidence that places you beyond their reach. This shift in energy is profound. It creates a divine firewall around you, an impenetrable barrier that dark forces cannot cross. When fear comes knocking, you don't answer. You do not entertain the lies, the threats, or the chaos it brings. And this refusal confounds them. Their entire strategy is built on the assumption that you'll buckle under pressure, that fear will paralyze you, and that they can exploit your uncertainty. But when you remain steadfast, their power disintegrates, leaving them frustrated and powerless. Your courage doesn't just protect you, it sends a resounding message to the spiritual realm. Fear has no place here. It declares that your trust lies not in what is seen, but in the divine hand that guides your steps. This unwavering faith is your shield, and it turns every attack back on itself. The more they try to stir fear, the more they reveal their own powerlessness. In the presence of a chosen one walking boldly in faith, fear has no foothold, and darkness loses its grip entirely. Demons rely heavily on predictability. They are masters of studying human behavior, analyzing patterns, and identifying weaknesses they can exploit. They thrive when people fall into cycles of fear, doubt, and hesitation, behaviors they know how to manipulate. But when it comes to chosen ones, their strategies fall apart. You don't play by the rules of the world or adhere to predictable patterns. Instead, your actions are guided by divine purpose, making you both unpredictable and unshakable. They expect fear, but you stand firm in faith. They anticipate hesitation, but you move forward with unwavering confidence. When they try to push you into doubt, You counter with boldness rooted in trust. This refusal to follow their script throws them into chaos. They cannot map out your next move or anticipate how you'll respond, leaving them powerless to control or influence you. You are a mystery they cannot solve, a force they cannot manipulate. And this confusion doesn't just frustrate them, it weakens their ability to act. Their entire strategy depends on predictability, but when faced with someone aligned with divine truth, their plans unravel. You disrupt their tactics simply by being authentically guided by God, leaving them baffled and defeated. Demons thrive in chaos, feeding on fear, confusion, and turmoil to gain control. But your peace? It's an unshakable force that disrupts their plans at their very core. This peace doesn't come from living a life free of challenges. Instead, it flows from your profound connection to the divine, a source of strength that remains constant even in the midst of storms. While others may falter under pressure or panic in trials, you walk with a calm assurance that God is guiding your path. This unyielding peace is their greatest frustration. They scheme to stir confusion, hoping to cloud your judgment, yet you remain steady and clear-minded. They attempt to plant seeds of doubt in your heart, but your faith serves as fertile ground only for truth, leaving their efforts to wither and fail. Every attempt they make to disrupt your life only serves to highlight their powerlessness. Your peace doesn't just shield you, it actively dismantles their influence. It renders their tools ineffective, turning their chaos into silence. By walking in divine calmness, you not only protect yourself but also send a resounding message. I am untouchable, and darkness has no hold here. In the spiritual realms, your name is more than a mere identifier. It resonates as a declaration of divine authority and purpose. It is marked by power, imbued with the backing of the Creator himself, and recognized by every force in existence. Dark forces know your name, and the sound of it sends tremors through their ranks. They understand that you are not ordinary. You are chosen, protected, and elevated by a divine mandate that places you beyond their reach. When they even consider coming against you, they are stopped in their tracks by the weight of the consequences. It's as if your name carries a celestial warning label. Do not touch. This isn't just caution, it's fear born of recognition. They see the divine authority you wield, the angelic armies that stand at your side, and the impenetrable purpose surrounding you. Their fear isn't irrational. It's a response to the reality of who you are. To them, you are untouchable, a living embodiment of divine truth and power. With every step you take, you remind them that their schemes are futile, their plans powerless against the force of God's will that surrounds your life. Darkness thrives in secrecy, feeding on fear, doubt, and ignorance where its schemes can go unnoticed. But your light? It's a brilliant spotlight that penetrates even the deepest shadows, exposing every hidden agenda and deceitful plan. Demons rely on manipulation and deception, weaving lies to trap the unsuspecting. Yet your very existence brings clarity, dismantling their tricks before they even take hold. You don't have to fight or struggle to expose them. Your presence alone does the work. Imagine this. As soon as you step into a situation, the forces of darkness scatter, scrambling like cockroaches fleeing from a sudden burst of light. That's the undeniable power of your authenticity. Your unwavering alignment with truth disrupts their strategies, leaving them powerless and disoriented. They can't operate in the radiant presence of someone so deeply connected to divine purpose. Your light doesn't just reveal their schemes, it renders them ineffective. Darkness cannot survive where truth and clarity reign. By simply standing firm in who you are, walking in the authority you've been given, you become a beacon of divine power that makes manipulation and fear crumble to dust. Darkness cannot compete with the brilliance you carry. Simply by existing, you embody a profound challenge to everything dark forces represent. Your life is not merely a sequence of moments. It is a living testament to light, love, and divine purpose. Every breath you take, every step you make, and every choice guided by faith sends an unyielding message to the spiritual realm. Darkness has no place here. You carry within you the unmistakable imprint of divine truth, a light so radiant that it illuminates even the deepest shadows. You don't need to shout, struggle, or engage in endless battles. Your mere presence is a declaration of victory, a bold statement that the forces of darkness cannot refute. It is not your actions alone, but the essence of who you are, a being aligned with divine will that repels and unsettles them. Darkness trembles before the clarity, peace, and strength you exude, for it cannot stand against the power of truth. Every moment you live authentically in alignment with your divine calling, you dismantle the schemes of darkness simply by refusing to bow to fear or despair. You are not just surviving. You are radiating an unstoppable truth that darkness can neither comprehend nor withstand. As a chosen one, solitude is never your reality. You walk with the constant presence of angelic forces, divine allies who are tirelessly working on your behalf. These are not passive guardians silently observing from a distance. They are powerful enforcers of God's will, ensuring that your path is protected, guided, and clear of anything that seeks to derail your divine purpose. Their mission is not merely to shield you, but to actively pave the way for your destiny, transforming obstacles into stepping stones and adversities into avenues of growth. Every challenge you face is met with their supernatural intervention, turning what seems impossible into a demonstration of divine power. When the enemy attempts to attack, these heavenly forces rise like an impenetrable wall, deflecting harm and using every trial to strengthen your resolve. You are fortified by a spiritual army that not only protects but empowers you. This divine reinforcement ensures that every setback becomes a setup for your success. With them by your side, you are truly unstoppable, moving through life with the confidence that every step you take is divinely orchestrated and supported by a force that no darkness can overcome. Your life is a masterpiece, a divine story written in celestial ink. You are not just a traveler in this world. You are a beacon of light, a disruptor of darkness, and a force that even the devil fears. Your journey is fortified by divine protection, guided by purpose, and illuminated by truth. Every step you take is a testament to God's unwavering plan for your life, and every challenge you face only amplifies your brilliance. So, stand tall, chosen one. Shine your light boldly and without hesitation. The world needs your radiance, your strength, and your unwavering faith. Remember, the heavens celebrate your every step, cheering you on as you walk in purpose and power. Let this message fill your spirit with hope and courage as you continue your divine journey. If this message has resonated with you, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like this video. Share it with those who need encouragement. Together, let us rise stronger, brighter, and more united than ever before. Thank you for being here and see you in the next video. Have you ever felt that certain experiences in your life were too profound, too sacred, to share with others? Perhaps you've sensed that revealing these things could jeopardize their power, their purpose. You're not alone. The spiritual journey is one of immense depth, and along the way, God entrusts each of us with unique secrets, divine gifts that must be protected with great care. These are not ordinary revelations, but keys to your destiny, treasures that are uniquely tied to your purpose in this world. What I'm about to share with you is not common knowledge. It's a powerful spiritual truth. This truth can transform your perspective, safeguard your destiny, and equip you with the wisdom to navigate life's challenges. Ignore this wisdom, and you risk losing the very essence of what God has placed within you. Stay with me until the end because these insights have the potential to change everything. Each of us carries something extraordinary, something deeply personal that God has placed in our hearts. This isn't just an idea or a dream, it's a divine imprint, a sacred mission crafted for your life alone. But here's the critical truth. Not everything God reveals to you is meant to be shared. Some things are meant to remain hidden, protected from the eyes and ears of others who may not understand their significance. Have you ever shared a dream or plan with someone, only to feel a sense of regret or loss afterward? Perhaps you noticed that after you spoke about it, the opportunities seemed to vanish, or the enthusiasm you once felt began to wane. This is not mere coincidence. It is a spiritual principle in action. The things God places in your life are powerful, but their power diminishes when exposed to the wrong environment. Jesus himself modeled this wisdom. Throughout his ministry, he often told people not to reveal his miracles prematurely. He understood the importance of timing and the dangers of exposing divine truths to those who were not ready to receive them. In the same way, God calls us to protect the secrets he places within us. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is a divine strategy, a sacred act of preservation that allows what God has placed within you to grow without interference. When God entrusts you with something sacred, a revelation, a vision, or a dream, it is not just a gift, but a piece of his divine plan for your life. This treasure is meant to be guarded with care, protected from the premature exposure that could weaken its potential. Silence becomes your shield, a fortress that safeguards the precious seeds of purpose God has sown in your heart. Proverbs 11:13 reminds us, "A trustworthy person keeps a secret." This is more than mere advice. It is a spiritual principle that reflects God's wisdom. By keeping silent about the sacred, you create a safe space for his work to unfold in his perfect timing. Silence is not about concealing the truth, but about preserving it until it is strong enough to withstand the scrutiny and challenges of the world. Imagine a seed planted deep in fertile soil. If the soil is disturbed or the seed exposed to harsh winds before its time, it cannot take root and will wither. In the same way, the dreams and insights God gives you must be nurtured in the quietness of your heart. It is in this sacred silence that your purpose finds strength and stability, growing unseen until it is ready to flourish. Silence is not the absence of action, but the presence of trust. It is an act of faith, a declaration that you believe God's plan is worth waiting for. When you choose to guard what is sacred, you align yourself with his wisdom and prepare the way for his perfect will to be revealed. When we speak too freely about what God has entrusted to us, we expose our divine gifts to risks that can hinder their growth. Envy, doubt, and opposition are often unintended consequences of sharing sacred matters with the wrong audience. Not everyone around you will understand or value the dreams, visions, and purposes God has placed within you. While some may offer support, others, whether through ignorance or malice, can sabotage what you are building. Even well-meaning individuals might fail to comprehend the depth of your calling, leading to misunderstandings or discouragement. Discernment is essential in guarding what is sacred. Before sharing anything significant, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this the right person to hear this? Is this the right time to share? Does this glorify God, or is it simply to satisfy my desire for validation? If the answer to any of these questions is no, it is better to remain silent. Silence is not about withholding for fear, but about protecting for wisdom. Keeping spiritual secrets is an act of faith and obedience. It shows that you trust God's timing and his ability to reveal what is necessary at the right moment. By choosing not to expose what is sacred prematurely, you honor the trust God has placed in you. Protecting your spiritual insights and dreams is not selfish. It is a way of stewarding the divine gifts given to you. Through prayer and discernment, you can align your actions with God's purpose, ensuring that what he has entrusted to you grows strong and flourishes in the fullness of his plan. God often works in the unseen, orchestrating his plans in ways that are beyond human comprehension. His movements are quiet yet profound, and they often unfold in the secret places of our lives. In Matthew 6:6, Jesus emphasizes this principle of secrecy when he says, "Your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you." While this teaching is often applied to prayer, its wisdom extends to every aspect of our spiritual journey. The work that is done in silence, away from the eyes of others, is not only protected, but also blessed by God. When you choose to protect what is sacred, you create an environment where God can operate freely. By shielding your dreams and plans from premature exposure, you prevent the interference of negative energies, doubts, and opposition that could derail their development. This act of preservation is not about living in fear. It is about living with wisdom, intention, and trust in God's timing. Consider the imagery of a masterpiece being painted. The artist does not display the unfinished work to the public but keeps it in the studio, refining it until it is ready to be revealed. In the same way, your sacred dreams and spiritual growth are works in progress, best nurtured in the safety of secrecy until God's perfect moment for unveiling arrives. Living with this wisdom requires discernment and faith. It is a declaration that you trust God's ways over human approval and that you value His plans above the urge to share prematurely. When you guard what is sacred, you not only protect it, but also honor the divine work God is doing in your life, allowing it to flourish in the fullness of His blessing. In our spiritual journey, not everything needs to be explained or shared. Some things are best kept between you and God. Before you speak, pause and pray. Reflect on whether sharing serves God's purpose or merely satisfies your desire for validation. Silence, when used wisely, is a powerful weapon. It preserves your energy and allows God to fight battles on your behalf. By withholding unnecessary details, you shield what is sacred from scrutiny and potential harm. When people ask probing questions about your plans or personal life, respond with grace, but avoid overexposure. Redirect conversations away from sensitive topics, learning the art of speaking less while still maintaining meaningful connections. To strengthen this practice, rely on prayer as your ultimate shield. Prayer connects you to divine wisdom and grants you discernment about what to share and with whom. Before revealing anything significant, bring it to God first. Seek His guidance and protection with a simple prayer. Lord, guide my words and my actions. Help me to discern what should be shared and what should be kept in my heart. Protect the gifts and revelations you have entrusted to me, and let them flourish in your timing. Amen prayer not only offers clarity but also fortifies your spirit, ensuring that your actions align with God's plan. Equally important is discerning who should be part of your trusted circle. Not everyone in your life is meant to hear your secrets or understand your journey. Build relationships with individuals who are spiritually aligned with you, those who genuinely celebrate your victories and support your struggles without envy or negativity. Pay attention to how others respond to your successes. Do they uplift you, or do they plant doubts and fears? Regularly evaluate your relationships, making adjustments as necessary to protect your energy and focus. Surrounding yourself with the right people ensures that your spiritual journey remains strong and unshaken, aligned with God's purpose for your life. When we speak carelessly or out of turn, we unintentionally open doors for spiritual attacks. Words are powerful. They can create or destroy, build up or tear down. The Bible clearly warns us in Proverbs 18:21, "The tongue has the power of life and death." This means that what we say has the ability to shape outcomes, influence circumstances, and even impact the trajectory of our purpose. Careless words, spoken without discernment, can create vulnerabilities, exposing our sacred dreams and plans to envy, doubt, and even active opposition. Consider the times you've shared something precious, a vision, a goal, or a deeply personal revelation, only to face unexpected challenges or feelings of betrayal. Perhaps you noticed that the excitement you once felt for the dream began to fade, or obstacles seemed to arise from nowhere. These moments, though painful, are not failures but lessons. God uses them to teach us the importance of guarding what is sacred. Every revelation entrusted to you by God is precious, like a fragile seed. If exposed prematurely, it may not withstand the harsh elements of misunderstanding, criticism, or spiritual attacks. These experiences are meant to strengthen your discernment and remind you that not everyone around you is equipped to handle or support the weight of what God is doing in your life. By learning to speak with intentionality, you safeguard your purpose and honor God's work within you. Before sharing, pause and ask yourself, will this glorify God? Is this the right person? Is this the right time? When in doubt, choose silence. Trust that God will reveal your purpose to the right people at the right time. Guarding the sacred is not about fear, but about stewarding the gifts and plans He has entrusted to you with wisdom and faith. Loneliness is often perceived as a heavy burden, a void that feels isolating and unwelcome. However, in God's hands, loneliness can become a profound, divine gift. In moments of solitude, when the noise of the world is silenced, God's voice becomes most clear. These quiet times are not periods of abandonment, but intentional seasons where He draws us closer to Himself. It is in these still moments that God strengthens our faith, refines our character, and prepares us for the purpose He has set before us. When you feel alone, remember that God's presence has not left you. Instead, He may be protecting you, shielding you from distractions, harmful influences, or relationships that could derail your journey. Just as Jesus often withdrew to solitary places to pray and commune with the Father, we too can find these times of solitude to be opportunities for spiritual renewal. Rather than viewing loneliness as emptiness, embrace it as sacred space where God is at work within you. These seasons are not setbacks, but setups for growth, clarity, and alignment with His will. Trust that even in loneliness, He is shaping you for the greater plans that lie ahead. The secret God has entrusted to you is far more than a mission. It is your greatest weapon, a sacred and intimate connection between you and the Creator. This divine secret is not merely an idea or vision. It is a treasure, carrying the very essence of your calling and identity in Him. Protecting this secret is not about fear or isolation. It is an act of profound faith. It declares that you trust God's timing and His perfect plan above the pressure to seek human validation or immediate results. When you choose to guard what is sacred, you allow God to work freely in the unseen. You create space for Him to perform miracles, to build and strengthen what He has placed within you without interference. Silence becomes the soil where divine seeds grow, nurtured in the quiet until they are ready to bloom. What you protect in faith today will be revealed in glory tomorrow, in God's perfect time and way. This sacred stewardship is a reminder that you are co-laboring with God, honoring His trust in you by guarding the gifts He has given. Trust that His plan is always greater than what you can see. By protecting your secret, you position yourself for the fulfillment of His purpose, allowing Him to unveil it at the moment when it will shine the brightest and bring the greatest impact. Let this be a testament to your faith. God's timing is never late, and His promises are always worth the wait. Chosen one, you are part of something far greater than yourself, a divine purpose woven into the fabric of your being. The secret you carry within you is not a coincidence or an accident. It is proof of your unique calling in this world, a sacred responsibility that reflects God's profound trust in you. This is not just a task or a mission, but a divine treasure entrusted to your care, one that holds the potential to impact lives and fulfill God's perfect plan. Guard it well, for in doing so, you align yourself with His will and open the door to miracles you cannot yet imagine. Every challenge you faced, every moment of solitude, and even every betrayal has been part of God's meticulous preparation. These experiences, though painful at times, were not without purpose. They have refined you, strengthened your character, and taught you the value of protecting what is sacred. Through the trials, God has equipped you with wisdom and discernment, building a spiritual resilience that ensures you can carry the weight of your calling. Embrace these moments as essential steps in your journey. Each trial has been a lesson, a reminder that what God has placed within you is worth safeguarding. Trust in His plan, for He is working through every experience to prepare you for a future beyond your greatest dreams. As you guard this sacred trust, know that you are part of something eternal, something far greater than what the eyes can see, and that God's plans for you are always good and perfect. The secret God has placed within you is not ordinary, it is extraordinary. Protect it with wisdom, nurture it with prayer, and trust in God's timing. By doing so, you honor the divine purpose over your life and position yourself for the fulfillment of His promises. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt the need to protect something sacred in your life? Share your experiences in the comments below. Let's build a community of support and encouragement for all who are walking this spiritual journey. If this message resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content that uplifts and inspires. And remember, what is revealed without preparation can be destroyed, but what is kept with wisdom becomes an eternal strength. Protect your divine secret and trust that God's plan for your life is unfolding perfectly. Stay blessed, chosen one. As we stand on the threshold of 2025, it is clear that this is not just another year on the calendar. It is a turning point, a spiritual milestone, and a moment of profound significance for God's chosen ones. This year marks the end of a cycle and the dawn of a new era, a time of awakening and divine justice. Can you sense it? A stirring in your spirit? A shift in the atmosphere? If you feel God preparing you for something extraordinary, you are not alone. Drop 90099 in the comments below if this message resonates with your heart. This act of faith is a declaration that you are ready to embrace the divine calling God has placed upon you. To all who support this mission through super thanks, may God's blessings overflow in your life. Your faith, encouragement, and generosity are deeply appreciated. Now, let us delve into why 2025 is a year of awakening, a season of divine justice, and what it means for you as one of God's chosen. When you take the digits of 2025 and add them together, the result is 9. A number profoundly symbolic in biblical terms. In Christianity, the number 9 signifies completion, the closing of cycles, and the perfect fulfillment of God's divine plan. It is often associated with justice, judgment, and the ultimate revelation of His will on earth. This makes 2025 a pivotal year, a moment of profound spiritual significance. In this year, illusions will crumble, and the enduring truth of God's sovereignty will shine brighter than ever. It is a time when the faithful, those who have held on to their trust in God despite trials and adversity, will be elevated to positions of spiritual leadership. Their unwavering faith and perseverance will bear fruit as they step into the divine purpose for which they were prepared. Conversely, for the unfaithful, those who rejected the truth and embraced the darkness, this will be a year of reckoning. Choices will have consequences, and divine judgment will separate the righteous from the unrighteous. This is not about punishment, but about God's perfect justice being fulfilled, bringing clarity and restoration. For those who have endured seasons of hardship, take heart. Every trial, every tear, and every moment of struggle was not in vain. Like gold refined in fire, you have been purified and strengthened for a higher calling. You have been prepared for such a time as this, a time to lead, to shine, and to fulfill the purpose God has ordained for you. In 2025, the faithful will rise, and the truth will reign supreme. Every tear you have shed, every heartache you have endured, and every trial you have faced has not been in vain. These moments, though painful, have been part of God's divine plan for your life. They were not meant to destroy you, but to shape and refine you into a vessel perfectly prepared for His purpose. Just as gold must pass through fire to be purified, your struggles have been the refining process necessary to prepare you for the incredible calling God has placed upon your life. Consider the story of Joseph in the Bible. Betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and later imprisoned for a crime he did not commit, Joseph could have felt abandoned and forgotten. Yet, through every trial, God was at work, preparing him for a divine appointment that would change the course of history. When Joseph finally rose to power in Egypt and saved countless lives during a famine, he could see God's hand in his journey. His words in Genesis 50:20 speak volumes. "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Like Joseph, the hardships you have endured have been preparing you for a greater purpose. They have forged within you the resilience, wisdom, and spiritual discernment needed to step into this pivotal season of your life. Every trial has strengthened your faith, every setback has taught you perseverance, and every tear has watered the seeds of your divine destiny. Now, as 2025 approaches, know that your preparation was not in vain. Just as Joseph rose to fulfill his calling, so too will you rise to fulfill yours. God's plans for you are unfolding and your time is near. The year 2025 will mark a profound unveiling, a moment when hidden truths will come to light, and the systems built on deception, manipulation, and corruption will begin to crumble. These are systems that have held influence over humanity for generations, from industries to institutions, and even some religious organizations that have drifted far from God's principles. They will no longer stand unchallenged as God's justice moves across the earth. Luke 12:2-3 assures us, "There is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight, and what you have whispered in the ear in the inner rooms will be proclaimed from the roofs." This is the promise of divine reckoning, a time when all that was done in secrecy will be revealed for what it truly is. This unveiling is not the end of the world, but the end of an era built on illusions and falsehoods. The masks that people have worn, whether to gain power, deceive others, or hide their true intentions, will fall. Lies that once thrived in darkness will crumble under the light of truth. For many, this will be a time of shock and awakening, as what they once trusted proves to be hollow. Yet for those who walk in the light, this unveiling brings hope and restoration. It serves as a divine separation, distinguishing those who have lived by God's truth from those who have clung to darkness. The truth will reign, and God's justice will prevail. As the foundations of deceit are dismantled, a new era of righteousness, clarity, and divine order will begin to emerge. For the faithful, this is a time to stand firm, for the light will triumph over darkness. The battle of 2025 will not be fought with swords or armies, but within the unseen spiritual realm. It is a confrontation of profound significance, a war between light and darkness, truth and illusion, faith and fear. This battle is not distant or abstract. It begins within the depths of your own heart and mind, where choices are made and convictions are tested. Have you felt the weight of this conflict? Perhaps you've noticed the creeping doubts, the moments of overwhelming fatigue, or the emotional strain that seems to come from nowhere. These experiences are not mere coincidences. They are evidence of the spiritual battle raging around you. The enemy knows your potential, your divine calling, and the light you carry. His mission is clear: to distract, discourage, and derail you before you step into the purpose God has set before you. But do not be afraid. Jesus offers us this assurance in John 16:33. "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world." You are not fighting this battle alone. God has equipped you with spiritual discernment to see through the enemy's lies and deceptions. The very trials you face are refining you, strengthening your spirit, and preparing you for what lies ahead. Each challenge is a tool in God's hands, shaping you into a vessel for His glory. While the enemy seeks to sow confusion, fear, and doubt, you are anchored in the truth of God's promises. As you navigate this spiritual war, remember that your faith is your greatest weapon, and the victory has already been won through Christ. You are being prepared step by step to fulfill the mission for which you were chosen. Take heart and press on. The light within you is destined to overcome the darkness. For years, you may have felt invisible, overlooked, or even dismissed by the world around you. Your efforts went unnoticed and your struggles seemed to be in vain. Yet, in the silence and stillness, God has been at work. He has been preparing you in the quiet, hidden places, shaping your character and refining your spirit for the purpose He has ordained. Like David, who was anointed as king while tending sheep in the fields, your season of preparation has not been wasted. The world may not have seen your potential, but God did. Every moment in the wilderness has been part of His divine plan. The year 2025 marks the beginning of a new season, a time when the humble will be exalted. As Jesus says in Matthew 20:16, "So the last will be first, and the first will be last." This divine reversal is a testimony to God's justice and faithfulness. While the world may have valued power, wealth, and prestige, God values humility, obedience, and unwavering faith. He is elevating those who remained steadfast, those who trusted Him through trials and disappointments, and those who chose faith over fear. Your time to step into leadership is near. But this leadership is not about status or recognition. It is about service, influence, and guiding others toward God's truth. Like David, who went from shepherd to king, your preparation was essential for the role you are about to embrace. Remember, God has not forgotten you. He has been preparing you for such a time as this. The trials you endured in secret will soon bear fruit in the open. Stand firm, for your season of elevation is here, and your faithfulness will be rewarded. Leadership in God's kingdom stands in stark contrast to the world's definition of authority. It is not about power, prestige, or position, but about service, humility, and love. Jesus, the perfect model of godly leadership, demonstrated this when He took the role of a servant and washed the feet of His disciples. In John 13:1-17, He shows us that true greatness lies in the willingness to serve others, even in the most humbling ways. Through this act, He taught that leadership is not about being above others, but about lifting them up. As one of God's chosen, you are called to embody this example. Your leadership is not meant to dominate, but to guide, inspire, and nurture. It requires grace to lead with compassion even when faced with challenges, patience to walk alongside others as they grow in faith, and unwavering faith to trust in God's plan even when the path is unclear. Your mission is profound, to be a beacon of hope, shining God's light into the dark corners of a hurting world. Many are lost, burdened by fear, confusion, and despair. As a leader, you are called to lead them out of darkness and into the truth of God's unfailing love. This is not an easy task. It requires humility, resilience, and a heart aligned with God's will. But remember, you do not walk this path alone. God has equipped you with the wisdom, strength, and discernment needed to fulfill this mission. By following Christ's example of servant leadership, you will not only transform the lives of those you guide, but also reflect the glory of God's kingdom in all you do. Your leadership is a sacred calling. Embrace it with humility and courage. Faith is the unshakable foundation that will sustain you through the trials and uncertainties of 2025. It is the anchor that steadies your soul when the storms of life rage, keeping you grounded in God's promises when the world around you feels unstable. Without faith, fear and doubt can quickly take root, but with faith, you can stand firm, knowing that you are held securely by God's unchanging hand. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." This is the call to place your trust fully in God, even when circumstances don't make sense. Human understanding is limited, but God's wisdom is infinite. He sees what we cannot and orchestrates every detail of our lives according to His perfect plan. When fear begins to creep in, threatening to overwhelm your spirit, remember that God is always in control. Every delay you encounter, every closed door, and even every unexpected detour is part of His divine purpose. These moments, though frustrating, are not signs of abandonment, but of preparation. Isaiah 41:10 offers this powerful reassurance. "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." God's strength is made perfect in your weakness, and His presence will guide you through every challenge. Trust in Him, not just with your words, but with your whole heart. As you lean into His promises, you will find the peace and strength to face whatever lies ahead. Faith is your anchor, your refuge, and your source of courage. Hold on tightly, for God will never let you go. The institutions that once seemed untouchable, major corporations, media empires, and other systems built on deceit and corruption, are now beginning to falter. Their once solid foundations are cracking under the weight of their own dishonesty and greed. What may seem like chaos to the world is, in truth, a sign of God's justice unfolding. These systems, which have perpetuated lies and exploited the vulnerable, can no longer sustain themselves. Their fall is not random, but a reflection of divine intervention, aligning the world closer to God's righteous order. Proverbs 21:15 captures this perfectly. When justice is done, it brings joy to the righteous, but terror to evildoers. For the faithful, this is a time of hope and vindication, a moment when God's truth begins to shine through the darkness that has overshadowed humanity for so long. For the evildoers, however, it is a time of reckoning, as the consequences of their actions come to light. This is a moment of divine correction, a necessary restoration of balance in a world that has long been skewed by greed, pride, and injustice. It is a reminder that God's justice is not about revenge, but about setting things right. The faithful, those who have remained steadfast in truth and integrity, will witness this dismantling as a testament to God's sovereignty and faithfulness. As these institutions crumble, it is also a call for the chosen ones to rise. In the void left by the fall of corrupt systems, God is raising up leaders who walk in humility, righteousness, and truth. This is the restoration of God's order, a time when His justice will prevail, and His truth will lead the way forward. Stay steadfast, for His plan is unfolding, and the faithful will rejoice in the fulfillment of His promises. As the year 2025 draws near, it is time to prepare your heart and spirit for the new season that lies ahead. This is not merely a turning of the calendar, but a profound moment of spiritual awakening and divine purpose. To step into this new season, you must first release the burdens of the past, those weights of resentment, fear, and doubt that no longer serve God's plan for your life. These burdens, though familiar, can hinder the work God desires to do in and through you. Letting them go is an act of faith, trusting that what lies ahead is far greater than what you leave behind. Galatians 6:7-9 offers a powerful reminder. Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Whoever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. Whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life. This is a season to reflect on what you have been sowing. Have your actions, thoughts, and attitudes been aligned with God's Spirit, or have they been driven by fear, pride, or the desires of the flesh? The choices you make now will determine the harvest you reap in the coming season. To make room for the new things God wants to do, you must align your heart with His will. Surrender your fears, forgive those who have wronged you, and trust in God's ability to transform your life. This act of preparation is not passive. It is an active pursuit of His presence, a commitment to walking in obedience and faith. As you prepare, know that God is faithful. He sees the seeds you have sown in faith and perseverance, and He promises a harvest of eternal significance. Step forward with courage, leaving behind the past and embracing the abundant life He has in store for you. 2025 is the year of your awakening. It is a year of truth, justice, and divine order. You have been prepared for this moment, chosen to lead with humility, courage, and unwavering faith. The world is watching, but God is in control. As the masks fall and the truth is revealed, stand firm in your faith. Remember that God's light will always overcome the darkness. The trials you have faced were not in vain. They were preparing you for this season of leadership. So rise, chosen one. Your time has come. Lead with love, walk in truth, and shine God's light into a world desperate for hope and redemption. May 2025 be the year of your breakthrough, your awakening, and your ultimate victory in Christ. Stay blessed and keep shining. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with others who need encouragement and hope. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future content. Join our growing community as we walk this journey of faith and prepare for the incredible things God has in store for us in 2025 and beyond. Let us spread this message of hope and awakening together. Not everyone is destined for greatness, but those who are chosen carry a unique mark, a profound sign that distinguishes them from the rest of the world. If you recognize these signs, it may mean you are part of a rare group with a purpose far greater than you could imagine. In this journey, we'll explore 10 distinct signs often associated with those who are spiritually chosen. Each sign unveils a layer of the extraordinary, providing insight into your own spiritual path. As you delve into this list, take a moment to reflect on your experiences. You may find that some of these resonate deeply, sparking realizations about yourself you hadn't yet considered. With that, let's begin this exploration of the chosen ones. Sign 1. Unexplainable synchronicities. One of the most intriguing signs of being chosen is the experience of unexplainable synchronicities. These are moments where life's coincidences seem far too meaningful to be random. For chosen ones, these synchronicities occur with startling frequency, often leaving them in awe of the universe's mysterious interconnectedness. Imagine thinking of a long-lost friend, only to receive a message from them that very day. Or perhaps you repeatedly notice a specific symbol, such as a feather or a specific number, only to later discover its deep spiritual significance in your life. These are the breadcrumbs of the universe, subtle nudges guiding you toward a greater understanding of your life's purpose. Synchronicities go beyond mere chance. They often carry profound messages. For instance, you might encounter the same piece of advice from different sources, books, conversations, or random encounters, until it finally clicks as the guidance you needed for a major decision. Or you might cross paths with people who possess exactly the knowledge, skills, or wisdom to help you at pivotal moments. For chosen ones, these synchronistic moments serve as a compass, steering them toward their destiny. If you find yourself consistently experiencing meaningful coincidences, it could be a sign that you are in tune with the universe's divine orchestration. Sign 2. Heightened empathic abilities. Chosen ones often possess an extraordinary capacity for empathy that sets them apart. This goes far beyond being a good listener or feeling compassion for others. Instead, it manifests as an almost psychic connection to the emotions of those around them. You may find yourself deeply attuned to the feelings of others, absorbing their joy, pain, or anxiety as though it were your own. Walking into a room, you might instantly sense its energy, whether it's tense, joyful, or sorrowful, even before anyone speaks. This heightened sensitivity extends beyond humans. You may feel an inexplicable bond with animals, plants, or even the environment itself. This gift is both a blessing and a challenge. While it allows you to form deep connections and offer solace to others, it can also be overwhelming. Crowded places or emotionally charged environments may drain you, requiring you to retreat and recharge. But with practice, you can harness this ability, turning it into a powerful tool for healing and understanding. Your empathy may lead you to roles where you can make a difference, whether in healthcare, counseling, activism, or simply being a source of comfort to those in need. If you've often felt emotions that don't seem to originate from you, this could be a sign of your empathic nature and your role as a chosen one. Sign 3. Vivid and prophetic dreams. For chosen ones, the realm of dreams is far more than a series of random images. It becomes a gateway to profound messages, warnings, and revelations. These aren't ordinary, forgettable dreams. They are vivid, emotionally charged, and often laden with symbolism. Perhaps you've dreamt of a place you've never visited, only to find yourself there months later. Or maybe you've had conversations in your dreams that later happen word for word in waking life. Some chosen ones even report dreams where they encounter spiritual guides, ancestors, or loved ones who provide wisdom or comfort that lingers long after they wake. Prophetic dreams often speak in metaphors and symbols. For instance, dreaming of a rising sun might signify a new beginning, while a turbulent ocean could reflect emotional challenges ahead. Over time, you may notice patterns in your dreams that align with your life's journey, acting as a spiritual roadmap. If your dreams are becoming increasingly vivid, meaningful, or even lucid, where you are aware and can control the dream, take it as a sign of your spiritual awakening. Pay attention to these nightly messages. They are a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, guiding you toward greater understanding. Sign 4. Communication with spirit guides. One of the most profound signs of being chosen is the ability to communicate with spirit guides, beings from the spiritual realm that offer support and guidance. This isn't about seeing ghosts or hearing voices. It's a subtle, deeply personal connection that evolves over time. You might start by sensing a presence around you during moments of introspection or meditation. Over time, this connection may develop into receiving clear impressions, messages, or intuitive insights. These communications can come in various forms: unexpected thoughts, vivid imagery, physical sensations, or even serendipitous events that answer your unspoken questions. Spirit guides may present themselves during times of need, offering comfort, clarity, or wisdom. They might guide you toward important decisions or help you navigate challenges, always respecting your free will. For chosen ones, this connection is a sacred responsibility, requiring grounding, discernment, and a commitment to spiritual growth. If you've felt the presence of guiding forces in your life, it's a sign of your unique role as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. Sign 5. The ability to see auras. The ability to perceive auras, the energy field surrounding living beings, is a rare and remarkable gift. If you're a chosen one with this ability, you might start noticing subtle colors or outlines around people, animals, or even plants. These auras often reflect the emotional, physical, and spiritual state of the individual. For instance, vibrant blue might indicate calmness and peace, while murky gray could signal illness or distress. At first, you may dismiss these perceptions as tricks of the light, but over time, patterns will emerge that affirm their authenticity. This ability offers profound insight into the emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being of others, allowing you to perceive their inner states and provide meaningful guidance and support. By sensing energy fields, you can often identify unspoken needs, hidden emotions, or areas of imbalance that others may not even realize themselves. However, this heightened sensitivity can also be overwhelming, particularly in crowded or chaotic environments where multiple energy fields converge. The abundance of overlapping vibrations can feel disorienting or draining, making it essential to practice grounding and protective techniques to maintain balance while continuing to use your gift effectively. Sign 6. Inexplicable physical sensations. Chosen ones often experience physical sensations that seem to defy logical explanation, offering a profound connection between the body and the spiritual realm. These sensations may manifest as tingling in the hands or feet, a warm or glowing sensation in the chest, or a buzzing or vibrating feeling in the forehead, particularly in the area associated with the third eye. These experiences are not random but are often tied to moments of spiritual significance, such as during deep meditation, heartfelt prayer, or sudden moments of clarity and realization. One of the most common interpretations of these sensations is that they signal the activation of spiritual energy within the body. This could include the awakening of Kundalini energy, often described as a coiled energy at the base of the spine that rises through the chakras, or energy centers in the body. Similarly, the buzzing in the forehead may indicate the opening or activation of the third eye chakra, a center of intuition, insight, and spiritual perception. These physical experiences serve as confirmations from your body that you are in alignment with higher spiritual frequencies. While they can feel startling or unfamiliar at first, they are typically positive indicators of spiritual growth and awakening. Paying close attention to these sensations can help you recognize when you are entering a heightened state of awareness or receiving divine guidance. It's important to embrace these signs with curiosity and openness, rather than fear. Grounding techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, or spending time in nature can help you process and integrate these sensations. Over time, you may come to see them as invaluable tools, offering subtle yet powerful guidance on your spiritual journey and strengthening your connection to the divine. These physical cues are not just signs, they are invitations to deepen your awareness and trust in the unfolding of your spiritual path. Sign 7. Frequent encounters with repeating numbers. Repeating numbers, commonly referred to as angel numbers, hold deep significance for chosen ones. These numerical sequences, such as 111, 222, or 444, often appear in the most unexpected yet meaningful ways, serving as spiritual messages and guidance from the universe or higher realms. They are not merely coincidences, they are intentional signals designed to capture your attention and align you with your higher purpose. Each number sequence carries its own unique vibration and meaning. For example, 111 is frequently associated with new beginnings, manifestation, and alignment with your true desires. It often serves as a reminder to focus on positive thoughts, as your intentions are rapidly manifesting into reality. On the other hand, 444 symbolizes stability, protection, and divine reassurance, often appearing during moments of doubt or when you need to be reminded that you are not alone on your journey. These numbers often show up during pivotal moments in your life, such as before making important decisions, during periods of transformation, or when you're seeking clarity. You might notice them on a clock, a receipt, a license plate, or even in seemingly random places, yet they seem to appear with uncanny timing. This synchronicity is a gentle nudge to pay closer attention to your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings, as there may be deeper meanings waiting to unfold. For chosen ones, these patterns are more than just signs. They are a form of dialogue between you and the spiritual realm. They invite you to trust in the process, seek deeper understanding, and align yourself with the divine flow of life. By attuning yourself to these messages and reflecting on their meaning, you can uncover valuable insights that guide you toward your highest potential. Sign 8. A strong connection to nature. Chosen ones often feel a deep and unshakable connection to the natural world, a bond that goes far beyond a simple appreciation for its beauty. Time spent in nature feels not only peaceful, but restorative, as though the energy of the earth itself flows through you, replenishing your spirit. This connection may manifest in surprising ways, animals appearing unusually calm in your presence, plants thriving under your care, or an intuitive sense of the rhythms and cycles of nature. This profound bond often evokes a sense of awe and reverence for the interconnectedness of all life, inspiring a deep commitment to protecting and nurturing the environment. Chosen ones frequently find themselves drawn to activities that honor and preserve nature, whether through environmental advocacy, conservation efforts, or practices like gardening, reforestation, or sustainable living. Even small acts like recycling or planting trees can feel imbued with spiritual significance, as though each action contributes to a larger cosmic harmony. Beyond physical interactions, this connection to nature often influences spiritual practices. Meditating outdoors, walking barefoot on the earth, or simply sitting beneath a tree can deepen your sense of oneness with the natural world and heighten your spiritual awareness. You might find yourself attuned to subtle energies in the environment, sensing the health of plants or even feeling shifts in the weather before they occur. For chosen ones, nature is not just a backdrop to life, it is a teacher, a healer, and a source of inspiration. This connection calls you to act as a steward of the earth, using your unique gifts to protect its beauty and vitality. By embracing this bond, you align yourself with a greater purpose, becoming a bridge between humanity and the natural world. Sign 9 and beyond, your unique journey. While these signs provide a glimpse into the experiences and qualities that often define chosen ones, It's important to remember that each person's spiritual journey is unique. You may resonate deeply with some of these signs, feel a faint connection to others, or even encounter experiences that weren't mentioned here. This diversity in spiritual awakening and purpose is not only natural but beautiful, as it reflects the infinite ways in which the universe works through individuals. It's also worth noting that the presence or absence of certain signs does not diminish the validity of your spiritual journey. Some chosen ones may experience vivid dreams, synchronicities, or a strong connection to nature early on, while others might discover these aspects gradually over time. The path of spiritual awakening is deeply personal, unfolding at its own pace and in its own way, tailored to the lessons and growth that are uniquely yours. Take time to reflect on your experiences, those that align with these signs and those that stand apart. What patterns or themes have emerged in your life? How have they shaped your perspective, inspired your actions, or drawn you closer to understanding your purpose? Trust that these moments, no matter how subtle or profound, are guiding you toward a higher understanding. Most importantly, trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it should. Spiritual growth is not a race or a checklist. It is a deeply personal journey of discovery, connection, and transformation. Embrace the signs, but also listen to your intuition and inner knowing. The universe communicates in countless ways, and your unique journey is a testament to the boundless possibilities of spiritual evolution. Be patient, stay open, and trust in the divine timing of your life. If these signs resonate with you, take it as a gentle yet powerful call to embrace your unique gifts and explore the greater purpose that awaits you. Awakening to your spiritual path can be both exhilarating and challenging, requiring courage, introspection, and patience. Yet the rewards are immeasurable: a deeper understanding of yourself, a profound connection to the universe, and the opportunity to bring light and meaning to the world around you. Trust your intuition as your inner compass, guiding you through the uncertainties and milestones of your journey. Don't hesitate to seek guidance, whether from spiritual mentors, supportive communities, or trusted practices, as you navigate this path. Remember, your journey is uniquely yours, filled with lessons and experiences designed just for you. And if you enjoyed this exploration, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing to support more content like this. Until next time, may your path be illuminated with love and wisdom. In less than 24 hours, your life could take a breathtaking turn, a moment so profound it leaves you speechless. The very fact that you're here, reading these words right now, is no coincidence. You were guided to this exact moment by forces you might not fully understand yet, but trust, they've been patiently waiting for you to arrive. Don't question why, just feel it. Something deep within you knows this is the turning point you've been waiting for. Before moving forward, take one simple step. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and type 77 in the comments below. This act isn't just symbolic, it's a signal to the universe that you're ready for the shift. Because as you delve deeper into this journey, layer by layer, chapter by chapter, the one truth that will align everything in your life will finally reveal itself. If you feel a strange mix of excitement and trepidation, that's good. It means you're standing at the edge of something extraordinary. Keep going. This is your time. Let's begin. Tonight, as the world around you grows quiet, something extraordinary begins to stir. Beyond the surface of what you see and hear, an intricate tapestry of energy is being woven, just out of reach. It doesn't matter where you are, whether in a bustling city apartment or a serene home nestled by the forest, this unseen force is calling out to you. This moment is not random. You've been chosen, not by chance, but by a higher intelligence that sees in you something you've yet to recognize in yourself. Tomorrow, as the first light of dawn touches the earth, a shift will take place. You'll feel it, not just in your mind, but in the depths of your soul. But first, you must awaken to a truth that has always been there. You are more than the world has told you. Think back to the times you've doubted yourself. Remember the quiet whispers that told you, you're not enough. You're not special. You don't have what it takes. Those voices were lies, illusions created by a world that thrives on limitation. Society has conditioned you to play small, to believe in boundaries that don't actually exist. You've lived within the narrow confines of what you thought was possible, unaware of the vastness that lies just beyond. Now, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Imagine a golden ember glowing faintly at the center of your chest. With each breath, feel it grow brighter, warmer, more alive. This light represents your inner essence, your untapped power. Tomorrow, this ember will ignite into a radiant flame, and the life you've always dreamed of will begin to unfold. As you drift to sleep tonight, hold on to this feeling. You're not just awakening to a new day. You're awakening to a new existence. Imagine the universe as a grand, infinite loom, weaving together the threads of every life, every choice, and every dream. This vast, living tapestry hums with an ancient rhythm, connecting galaxies and hearts alike. And at the center of this masterpiece is your thread, unique, vibrant, and essential. Tomorrow, a rare convergence will take place. Your thread will glow with a brilliance you've never seen before, as though the hand of the divine is pointing directly at you. But to fully embrace this moment, you need to understand something profound. Your past was never random. Every heartbreak, every setback, every triumph has prepared you for what's coming. The pain taught you resilience. The failures taught you perseverance. The love taught you hope. Now, as the energy around you shifts, all of these lessons are ready to merge into a new understanding of who you are. Picture yourself standing before the cosmic tapestry. Find your thread. See its color, its vibration, its unique place within the greater design. Affirm to yourself, I am part of something greater. My life has meaning. I choose to embrace my purpose. The universe doesn't work in isolation. Your awakening isn't just about you. It's about the ripple effect your transformation will have on the world. As you step into your purpose, you inspire others to do the same. Tomorrow, when the light shines on your thread, it will illuminate not just your path, but countless others connected to you. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? The idea that something divine might be working through you. We grow up believing that the extraordinary is reserved for saints, prophets, or mythical heroes. But here's the truth. You are just as extraordinary. The voice of the divine has always been within you, waiting for you to listen. It speaks in the quiet moments, when your mind is still and your heart is open. Tomorrow, this voice will become unmistakable, a clear guiding force that will show you exactly what you need to do. If you're skeptical, that's okay. Healthy doubt is natural. But understand this, the universe is more vast and complex than logic alone can grasp. By opening yourself to the possibility of divine guidance, you allow miracles to unfold in your life. Take a moment now. Close your eyes and ask yourself, what do I need to know right now? Don't force an answer. Just listen. Maybe a word will float into your mind. Maybe a memory will surface or a feeling will stir in your chest. This is how the divine speaks. Softly, subtly, but unmistakably. Tomorrow, as you move through your day, pay attention. The guidance will come in many forms. A chance encounter, a meaningful coincidence, or a sudden burst of clarity. Trust these moments. They are the universe's way of saying, you're on the right path. Here we are, at the heart of it all. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Everything we've explored, the shift, the tapestry, the guidance, culminates in one simple yet profound truth. To receive the life you desire, you must first release what no longer serves you. Think of your life as a room. Over the years, you've filled it with furniture, beliefs, habits, fears, and grudges. Some of it has been useful, but much of it has become clutter, blocking the light and weighing you down. If you want to invite new energy, new opportunities, and new love into your life, you have to clear the space. What do you need to release? Is it a belief that you're not good enough? A fear of failure? A resentment that's been festering for years? Whatever it is, picture it now. Imagine placing it in a small box. Seal the box, and then hand it over to the universe. Feel the weight lift from your shoulders. Releasing isn't just an act of letting go. It's an act of faith. It's trusting that what's waiting for you is far greater than anything you've left behind. Tomorrow, as the universe's energy converges, this act of release will create a vacuum, and the universe will rush to fill it with light, abundance, and love. With the space you've cleared, you now have the fertile ground needed to plant new seeds. Seeds of abundance, gratitude, and limitless possibility. This is where transformation begins to truly take shape. Your beliefs are the blueprint of your reality. They influence how you see the world and how the world responds to you. If you cling to beliefs of scarcity and limitation, you'll find evidence of lack everywhere you look. But if you choose to embrace the idea of abundance, your eyes will open to opportunities and blessings in every corner of life. Start by challenging the beliefs you've carried with you. Ask yourself, are these truly mine? Were they born from my own experiences, or have I inherited them from others, family, society, or past circumstances? Often, we hold on to limiting ideas simply because we've never questioned them. Now is the time to let those outdated notions go and replace them with beliefs that empower and uplift you. Take this moment to consciously rewrite your story. Write down new beliefs that align with the life you want to create. Say them out loud, and feel the power of those words as they settle into your mind. For example, replace "I'm not good enough" with "I am worthy of every good thing life has to offer." Replace "opportunities never come my way" with "I attract opportunities effortlessly." As you speak these affirmations, visualize them taking root, growing stronger with each repetition. Gratitude will be your greatest ally in this process. Gratitude isn't just an emotion. It's a transformative practice that shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present, from lack to abundance. It opens your heart, raises your vibration, and signals to the universe that you're ready to receive more of life's blessings. Before you sleep tonight, take a few moments to reflect on your day. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how big or small. Maybe it's the smile of a loved one, the warmth of your bed, or the simple pleasure of a good meal. Let yourself feel the fullness of that gratitude. Savor it. This simple practice not only brings you peace in the moment but also reprograms your mind to notice and appreciate the good in your life. Over time, this focus on gratitude will attune you to life's inherent abundance. You'll start to see opportunities you once overlooked, connections you once dismissed, and paths you once thought impossible. The world will begin to reflect back the positivity and openness you're cultivating within yourself. Planting these seeds of belief and gratitude is not a one-time effort, it's a daily practice. Each time you affirm your worth, focus on abundance, or express gratitude, you strengthen the foundation of your transformation. With patience and consistency, these seeds will grow into a life filled with more joy, fulfillment, and endless possibilities than you ever thought possible. Trust in this process. You're creating a reality that reflects your highest potential. Transformation isn't a single dramatic event. It's a journey of continuous intentional practice. It doesn't happen in one grand moment of change, but unfolds in the small, consistent actions you take every day. Like planting a seed and tending it with care, your growth requires patience, nurturing, and time. To begin, focus on manageable steps that ground your intentions in the rhythm of daily life. Start small. Begin each morning with just 5 minutes of stillness. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and center yourself in the present moment. Let the silence be a space where your mind settles, your body relaxes, and your spirit reconnects with its purpose. In this stillness, visualize the person you're becoming. Picture yourself confident, joyful, and aligned with your highest aspirations. This simple act of mindfulness sets a powerful tone for the day, creating a foundation of calm and clarity from which you can build. Next, write down your intentions. Take a few moments to articulate what you hope to create, experience, or embody. These intentions don't have to be grand or elaborate. They can be as simple as committing to kindness, focus, or self-compassion. By putting your desires into words, you give them structure, anchoring them in reality, and signaling to the universe that you're ready to bring them to life. Speak affirmations aloud. Choose phrases that resonate with your deepest truth and highest potential, such as, "I am worthy of growth and abundance," or "I welcome opportunities that align with my purpose." As you say these affirmations, let their meaning sink into your consciousness. This practice is more than positive thinking. It's an act of rewiring your mind, replacing old, limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Be patient with yourself. True transformation takes time. There will be days when old patterns resurface or progress feels slow, and that's okay. Remember that every step forward, no matter how small, reinforces the new you. Each time you meditate, set an intention, or repeat an affirmation, you are nurturing the seeds of change. Over time, these habits will weave themselves into the fabric of your life, becoming second nature. As these practices take root, you'll notice subtle shifts. Your perspective will expand, your actions will align more closely with your goals, and your energy will draw opportunities and connections that support your growth. Transformation is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up for yourself, day after day, even when it feels challenging. Embrace this journey with grace and curiosity. Let each day be an opportunity to deepen your connection with yourself and the universe. As these habits strengthen, they will anchor your transformation, guiding you toward even greater heights and revealing the limitless potential that has always been within you. Trust the process, and let your daily actions carry you steadily toward the life you are destined to create. As the first light of tomorrow dawns, pause and let its gentle warmth wash over you. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs, carrying with it the promise of renewal, of transformation. This is not just another sunrise. It's a turning point, a moment where everything that you've released, affirmed, and intended comes together in harmony. The universe has heard your call, and now it's answering in ways you might not yet comprehend, but will soon feel in the depths of your being. Welcome this day with gratitude. Let your heart swell with appreciation for all that has brought you to this place, the struggles that shaped your strength, the lessons that deepened your wisdom, and the dreams that refused to fade even when the path seemed unclear. Gratitude is your bridge to abundance, a magnetic force that draws blessings toward you. Start small. Thank the sunlight for its warmth, the air for its life-giving energy, the stillness of the moment for its clarity. In doing so, you align yourself with the flow of the universe, a current that carries you toward your highest purpose. Today, pay close attention to the signs. They may come softly, a kind word from a stranger, a number that appears repeatedly, or a song that resonates with a feeling you can't quite name. These are not random. They are whispers from the divine, confirmations that you are walking the right path. Trust them, even if they feel subtle at first, for they will grow clearer and louder as you learn to listen with your heart. Step into the day with an open spirit. Let go of the urge to control or predict every outcome. Instead, move with curiosity and trust, knowing that the groundwork you've laid will guide you. This is the beauty of alignment. When you act from a place of faith and inner clarity, life itself begins to conspire in your favor. Opportunities will appear, solutions will emerge, and a sense of flow will envelop you. What once felt like obstacles may now seem like stepping stones, leading you ever closer to the life you've envisioned. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You've shed the weight of old fears and limitations. You've planted the seeds of intention, nurtured them with faith, and now they are beginning to bloom. Feel the subtle power coursing through you. the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are ready to embrace whatever the day brings. This is just the beginning of your journey. Tomorrow's light is not just a symbol of renewal. It's a beacon guiding you forward. With every step you take, remember that you are co-creating your destiny. Trust the process, savor the unfolding, and know that the adventure ahead holds more wonder, growth, and joy than you can imagine. This is your moment. Rise to meet it. Wealth doesn't come as a polite knock at the door. It storms into your life, flips your world upside down, and demands, "Were you truly ready for me?" Many crave financial abundance, yet few are truly prepared to handle its weight, its chaos, and its responsibility. Let's begin with this sobering truth. 95% of lottery winners are broke within 5 years. Why? Because wealth doesn't just upgrade your bank account, it magnifies everything: your mindset, habits, relationships, and beliefs. The universe doesn't send wealth to test your luck. It sends wealth to test your readiness. If you are among the chosen ones, you'll know this journey isn't just about accumulating numbers on a screen. It's about evolving into the kind of person who can withstand, sustain, and multiply abundance. So, buckle up, chosen ones. The path to true wealth isn't paved with comfort. It's messy, challenging, and transformative. Let's explore the 12 ways sudden wealth tests you, shapes you, and ultimately calls you into a greater version of yourself. Wealth rarely arrives as a gift wrapped in silk and gold. It comes disguised as chaos, a force that disrupts the ordinary and demands that you transform. The time before a breakthrough often feels like life is unraveling, messy, overwhelming, and even painful. That discomfort, however, is not random or cruel. It is a deliberate process. It's the universe reshaping you, testing you, and molding you into someone capable of carrying the weight of abundance. You don't stumble upon true wealth. You grow into it. At first, this chaos feels unfair. Life may feel heavier than ever before. Relationships strained, routines shaken, and habits questioned. But here's the truth. Not everything or everyone in your life can come with you to the next level. Wealth is not just about having more. It's about becoming more. It forces you to confront what's holding you back and shines an unflinching spotlight on areas of your life that you may have ignored, avoided, or justified. If you lack discipline, wealth will expose it. Suddenly, the money you crave will reveal that impulsive habits and poor self-control have far-reaching consequences. If your relationships are toxic or unbalanced, the stakes will rise. Wealth magnifies everything: envy, entitlement, and hidden resentments that once lay dormant. People who seemed supportive may now show their true colors, and unhealthy connections will become impossible to ignore. If you are indecisive or timid, sudden wealth will paralyze you. New opportunities and decisions will come fast, and hesitation could cost you everything. This is why the discomfort you feel is not punishment, it's preparation. It's life pushing you to grow into someone who can sustain abundance, not just attract it. Too often, people assume that wealth will magically fix their problems, but the opposite is true. Money magnifies your strengths, yes, but also your weaknesses. The habits, mindsets, and patterns that you currently allow will become glaringly obvious, and their consequences far more costly. Many give up during this phase because they mistake struggle for failure. They think the chaos means they're on the wrong path. But here's the profound reality. This struggle is evidence that you are being stretched into your greater self. It's the universe asking, "Are you ready for what you say you want? Can you handle it?" Because the truth is, wealth without preparation won't stay. Lottery winners lose it all because they were never made ready to hold it. It isn't the windfall that matters. It's the capacity to sustain it. So, when life feels like it's falling apart, resist the urge to panic. It might just be falling into place. This uncomfortable phase is where you are strengthened. It's where you shed the old version of yourself, the undisciplined habits, toxic connections, and small thinking, and begin to step into the person who can carry the abundance that's waiting for you. Wealth demands growth, and this chaos is your initiation. Trust it, embrace it, and most importantly, keep going. Your breakthrough isn't far off. It's just on the other side of this discomfort. Wealth changes everything, especially the way people perceive you. It transforms you from just another person into someone with resources, influence, and perceived power. And that shift is rarely neutral. It attracts admiration, curiosity, and yes, resentment. The tricky part? Not everyone who enters your life after wealth arrives comes with good intentions, and discerning the difference becomes one of your greatest challenges. Some people will genuinely celebrate your success, cheering for you with hearts full of joy and pride. They see your growth as proof that dreams are possible, and that hard work pays off. These are the people who add light to your journey. But others will approach you with motives wrapped in layers of flattery or guilt. Opportunists who disguise themselves as friends, lovers, or even advisors. Their smiles are wide, their words are sweet, but their intentions are self-serving. What makes this shift even more complicated is that the people closest to you, family, old friends, or trusted confidants, may also begin to act differently. Not because you've changed, but because your success has shone a light on their insecurities or unmet ambitions. Suddenly, they may question your decisions, withdraw from you, or make passive-aggressive comments that sting. Relationships you once thought unshakable might feel fragile under the weight of unspoken tension. It's not always malicious. Sometimes it's fear or confusion, as they try to reconcile who you were with who you're becoming. This is where discernment becomes your most valuable tool. Wealth demands that you protect not only your money but your energy, boundaries, and peace. Redefining access is difficult, especially when it involves people you love. But remember this: losing certain connections is often the price of gaining something greater. It's not about abandoning people, but about making space for relationships that align with the version of yourself you're evolving into. Sudden wealth doesn't just change your financial status. It amplifies your deepest beliefs about money, for better or worse. If you've ever thought that money is evil, or believed you're undeserving of financial abundance, those thoughts won't vanish when wealth arrives. Instead, they'll rise to the surface, louder and more persistent than ever, subtly shaping your actions and decisions. If you feel guilty about having more than others, you may unconsciously sabotage yourself, spending recklessly, giving it all away, or making poor decisions until the money disappears. If you view money as something fleeting, you'll hoard it in fear, never fully enjoying or leveraging it because you're terrified it could vanish at any moment. And if you've grown up believing that wealth corrupts people or turns them into something bad, you may reject it altogether, finding ways to push it away or avoiding opportunities that could lead to more abundance. These beliefs operate like invisible scripts, running silently in the background, dictating your relationship with money without you realizing it. Wealth becomes a mirror that reflects these unhealed wounds, fears, and limiting thoughts back to you. It forces you to confront not just what you have, but who you are and what you believe. The good news? Once these beliefs are brought to light, they lose their power over you. Awareness is the first step to transformation. You can begin to reframe your relationship with money, seeing it not as a source of guilt, fear, or corruption, but as a tool for freedom, empowerment, and impact. Money itself isn't good or bad, it's neutral. It simply amplifies what's already within you. The real work isn't earning wealth, it's mastering your mindset so you can use money to create a life of purpose, abundance, and fulfillment. Wealth doesn't just change your circumstances, it fundamentally shifts your identity. Suddenly, you're no longer seen as just you. You become the person with money, someone others view through the lens of expectations, assumptions, and even judgments. The way the world interacts with you changes, and so must the way you navigate it. People will say, "You've changed," often as though it's an accusation. But here's the reality: you must change. Elevation demands transformation. You cannot operate with the same habits, routines, or mindsets that served you before if you wish to thrive at this new level. Growth requires shedding the old patterns, limiting beliefs, and even parts of your former self that no longer align with where you're going. But this evolution isn't easy. Staying true to your values while embracing the transformation wealth brings is one of the greatest challenges you'll face. People who once cheered you on might begin to grow distant. Family and friends who were pillars of support may feel left behind or begin to question whether they still have a place in your life. Envy, judgment, and whispered criticisms become unexpected shadows of your success, and they can sting. The real test lies in deciding who you become. You are allowed to change. It's a natural and necessary part of growth. The key is ensuring that your transformation aligns with your purpose and values, not external pressures or expectations. Wealth doesn't have to alienate you from your authenticity. Instead, it can be an opportunity to deepen it, to become an even greater version of yourself. So, when others say, "You've changed," take it as a sign that you're growing. Let their words remind you that transformation is not only inevitable, but necessary. What matters is that the person you're becoming is someone you're proud of. When sudden wealth arrives, it often brings a rush of adrenaline and a surge of excitement. The initial instinct might be to celebrate, spend freely, or announce your newfound success to the world. While the desire to enjoy and share your blessing is natural, acting too quickly can lead to impulsive decisions that turn your gift into a burden. Wealth has the power to elevate, but only when approached with wisdom and intentionality. This is where the strategic pause becomes your greatest superpower. Before making any major decisions, take a step back. Breathe. Allow yourself the space to process this dramatic shift in your reality. Rushing into action, whether it's buying lavish things, investing in unvetted opportunities, or sharing the news widely, can expose you to unnecessary risks, pressure, and even hidden agendas from others. Instead, use this pause to reflect deeply. Ask yourself, what are my true goals? What priorities matter most in this new chapter of my life? What steps will ensure this wealth doesn't just bring short-term joy, but lasting impact? Announcing your fortune too early can invite unwanted attention and unsolicited advice, often from people who may not have your best interests at heart. Silence in these early stages is your strongest ally. It gives you time to think clearly and avoid external noise while crafting a strategy that aligns with your long-term vision. Surround yourself with trusted professionals, financial advisors, attorneys, and mentors who can help you navigate the complexities of wealth. Their guidance can protect you from pitfalls and help you build a solid foundation for your financial future. Remember, the pause isn't about denying yourself the joy of your success. It's about ensuring every move you make is intentional, aligned, and built for sustainability. In that stillness, clarity emerges, and with clarity comes the power to turn your blessing into a lasting legacy. Wealth introduces a new reality, one that demands skills far beyond what most people possess when they first receive it. Managing a fortune isn't anything like managing a paycheck. While a paycheck might require basic budgeting, sudden wealth requires you to master the complexities of taxes, investments, legal protections, and strategic financial planning. Without the right knowledge, even a large fortune can disappear as quickly as it arrived. Sudden wealth exposes the gaps in your financial understanding. Ask yourself, do I know how to identify a solid investment versus a scam? Can I confidently negotiate with professionals to protect your interests? Am I emotionally prepared to navigate the relational complexities wealth brings, such as envy, entitlement, or opportunism? The harsh reality is that many people are caught off guard by how quickly wealth can complicate their lives. From confusing tax codes to fraudulent schemes, the stakes are higher, and the consequences of mistakes are far more significant. The good news? These gaps aren't permanent. Sudden wealth doesn't just test you. It also offers an opportunity to learn and grow into the kind of person who can protect and multiply abundance. Commit to education. Take courses on financial literacy. Read books about wealth management, and surround yourself with experts you trust. Financial advisors, tax specialists, and attorneys who can guide you through unfamiliar territory. Learn to ask the right questions, seek clarity in every transaction, and advocate for yourself. Wealth will not protect itself. To sustain it, you must rise to meet its demands. Approach this chapter with humility and a willingness to grow, and you'll gain not only the skills to protect your fortune, but also the wisdom to use it to its fullest potential. Success acts like a spotlight, illuminating your achievements for the world to see. But that light doesn't just highlight your growth. It also casts shadows on the insecurities, doubts, and unmet ambitions of others. While some people will cheer you on with genuine excitement, celebrating your rise as a testament to what's possible, others will respond with resentment, envy, or veiled criticism. You might hear whispers of, "It must be nice," or comments that subtly imply you didn't deserve your success, that it came too easily, or that you've somehow forgotten where you came from. Here's the truth. These reactions aren't about you. They're about them. Your success becomes a mirror, reflecting back the unfulfilled dreams, stagnant ambitions, or unrealized potential of those around you. It forces people to confront their own choices, and not everyone is ready for that level of self-awareness. What makes this particularly painful is that the negativity often comes from the people you trusted the most: family, friends, or colleagues you once relied on for support. Their discomfort or distance can feel personal, but it's a reflection of their internal struggles, not your actions. Remember this: you didn't change for the worse. You grew. Growth is necessary, and with it comes change. But change isn't always easy for others to accept, especially when your transformation reminds them of the areas in their own lives they've ignored or avoided. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. Your success is something you've earned through effort, resilience, and perseverance. The right people, the ones who truly care about you, will celebrate your growth and cheer for your continued rise. As for the rest, they will either learn to adapt or fade away. Stay true to yourself and never apologize for the progress you've made. You've earned it. Wealth is so much more than just numbers on a bank statement. True wealth is about energy, the ability to use resources to shape your life in ways that align with your deepest values and aspirations. It's about creating freedom, the freedom to buy back your time, focus on what truly matters, and design a life that reflects who you are and what you stand for. When you understand wealth this way, it stops being about accumulation and starts being about purpose. At its core, wealth gives you leverage, the power to choose. You can invest in meaningful relationships, pursue your passions, and support causes close to your heart. It allows you to build a legacy that goes beyond material possessions, one rooted in impact and transformation. But here's the catch: if you only chase money for the sake of having more, you risk falling into a relentless cycle of dissatisfaction. The chase for more becomes a treadmill, leaving you exhausted but unfulfilled. Instead, wealth becomes truly meaningful when you treat it as a tool to create impact not only for yourself but for your loved ones and the world around you. It's about making choices that uplift, empower, and inspire. Whether it's building opportunities for others, spending more time with family, or pursuing dreams you once thought were out of reach, wealth is the energy that makes those possibilities real. If this message resonates with you, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What does true wealth mean to you? Share your perspective in the comments below. We value your insights and experiences. And if you found this video inspiring, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our growing community. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Have you ever wondered why your financial challenges feel relentless, as if you're destined to face these struggles? What if I told you these hardships are not just obstacles, but proof that you're a chosen one? Yes, chosen, selected to rise above the illusions that keep most people stuck in the rat race. Financial failure, as the world sees it, is a facade masking your divine preparation for a higher purpose. Let's uncover why chosen ones often face the hardest battles and how these very struggles are the foundation of your extraordinary destiny. Before you dive in, know this. This is not just another video. It's not just information. This is a revelation. Everything you've been searching for, answers to your struggles, your purpose, and your true potential, is here. Watch, absorb, and prepare to see your challenges and life from a radically new perspective. This is the moment where everything changes. Your awakening starts now. Did you know your spiritual gifts might be the reason behind your financial struggles? It might sound counterintuitive, even absurd, but there's a hidden connection that most people never realize. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you're destined for something far greater but constantly find yourself held back by financial challenges? That's no coincidence. The truth is that money is energy, and as a chosen one, you are extraordinarily sensitive to energy. This means you interact with money in ways entirely different from others. While most people chase wealth by conventional means, you're tuned into something far deeper, something infinitely more powerful. However, this heightened sensitivity can make navigating the material world, where money rules, challenging. Imagine having a superpower that allows you to see beyond the physical world. Amazing, right? But this also means you're playing a different game, one with rules that don't align with the world's obsession with material success. Your financial struggles are not a punishment, they're preparation. You're being refined, strengthened, and aligned with a destiny far greater than you can currently imagine. Picture this. You're in spiritual boot camp. While others are living comfortably, you're enduring trials that push you to the brink. Every bill you can't pay, every opportunity you lose, it's all training. It's forging within you unshakable faith, resilience, and the ability to trust in something greater than yourself. Think of legendary figures like Moses wandering the desert for 40 years, or Jesus, who had no place to lay his head. These weren't signs of failure, they were signs of divine preparation. Your financial challenges are doing the same for you, stripping away distractions to reveal your core strengths. Society measures success by material possessions, a big house, luxury cars, and a fat bank account. But what if your true wealth lies in your spiritual gifts? Empathy, intuition, and an unparalleled ability to see the interconnectedness of all things. These are not weaknesses, they are your superpowers. Take a moment to consider. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly sensed its energy? That's your spiritual sensitivity at work. Now, imagine applying that same gift to your financial reality. Your struggles are not failures, but signs that you're operating on a different frequency, one that can unlock abundance far beyond mere dollars. History is full of spiritually rich individuals who changed the world without focusing on material wealth. Jesus, Buddha, and Socrates are just a few examples. Their wealth was not in gold or property, but in wisdom, insight, and the profound impact they had on humanity. Financial struggles often feel like an unshakable curse, don't they? Passed down through generations, they can loom over families like an invisible chain, binding dreams and dimming hope. The weight of these challenges can seem overwhelming, making it easy to believe that your struggle is just another chapter in a never-ending story. But here's the truth. You're not just enduring hardship, you're breaking generational chains. Science offers a fascinating lens into this reality. Research in epigenetics reveals that trauma, including financial hardship, doesn't just affect our mindset, it can actually alter our DNA. These changes can ripple through generations, subtly shaping the lives of our children and grandchildren. But here's the incredible news. Just as negative patterns can be passed down, so can positive ones. Every small step toward healing and transformation sends waves of hope through your family line. This is where your spiritual gifts come into play. These gifts, unique talents, insights, and divine guidance, are your tools for change. They hold the power to rewrite the financial story that's been holding your family captive. When you choose faith over fear, discipline over despair, and action over complacency, you're not just working toward your own financial freedom, you're laying a foundation of abundance for generations yet to come. Every sacrifice you make, every prayer you utter, and every lesson you learn is planting seeds of hope. Your journey is about more than overcoming today's struggles. It's about shifting the trajectory of your family's legacy. Remember, God equips us not only to endure, but to transform. Through His strength, you are the chain breaker, the legacy builder, the architect of a brighter future. Today, as you take each step, know that you are reprogramming your family's financial DNA and paving the way for generational blessings. Your sensitivity, the very quality that might make you feel out of place in the cutthroat, competitive world of business, is in reality your most powerful asset. While others chase success through sheer force or rigid logic, your ability to deeply feel, intuit, and connect sets you apart. This gift allows you to see patterns that others miss, sense opportunities hidden in plain sight, and foster relationships built on trust and genuine connection. In a world often driven by surface-level transactions, your sensitivity brings depth, authenticity, and transformation. Consider this. Some of the greatest innovators and business leaders of our time embrace their inner sensitivity and spiritual awareness as a cornerstone of their success. Take Steve Jobs, for example. The visionary behind Apple often spoke of how his spiritual practices, including meditation and mindfulness, were integral to his creative process. These practices allowed him to see beyond the obvious, to envision products that revolutionized the tech industry, and to lead with an uncanny sense of timing and intuition. Similarly, Henry Ford, the pioneer of modern industry, attributed much of his wealth and achievements to aligning with universal principles. Ford's understanding of flow, perseverance, and a greater purpose enabled him to transform not only his life but also the lives of countless others through his innovations. These weren't just business tactics, they were spiritual principles in action, guiding their decisions and shaping their legacies. Your sensitivity is the key to unlocking this kind of transformative power in your own life. When you honor your intuition and align with your spiritual gifts, you tap into a deeper well of creativity, insight, and resilience. You bring something priceless to the table, the ability to create not just profit but purpose. Trust that your sensitivity isn't a weakness. It's the foundation of your strength, your vision, and your success. In every great story, the hero faces trials that test their strength, faith, and resolve. These challenges are never easy, but they are essential. Think of Frodo in The Lord of the Rings, shouldering the impossible burden of destroying the One Ring, or Harry Potter, standing against unimaginable darkness. Their journeys were marked by fear, pain, and moments of doubt, yet these struggles shaped them into heroes. The same is true for biblical figures like Joseph, who endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment before rising to become a ruler in Egypt. These struggles weren't mere setbacks, they were stepping stones to their destiny. Your financial challenges are no different. While they may feel overwhelming and endless, they are the fire refining your soul, preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Each hardship you face is not a sign of failure, but a lesson in strength, resilience, and faith. It's in these moments of struggle that your character is forged, your purpose clarified, and your faith deepened. God often allows trials not to break us, but to build us. Just as gold must endure fire to be purified, your trials are shaping you into someone who can not only achieve abundance but steward it wisely. You are being prepared for a role far greater than mere survival, a role that can influence and inspire others, leaving a legacy of hope and transformation. Remember, the heroes of every great story don't just endure hardship, they emerge stronger, more compassionate, and ready to make a difference. Your journey is no different. Every challenge you overcome is equipping you with the strength and wisdom to not only handle abundance but to use it to change the world. Trust the process. You're being shaped for greatness. Quantum physics has revealed something extraordinary. Everything is energy, including your thoughts, emotions, and even your money. This groundbreaking understanding changes how we view our financial reality. It means your mindset isn't just a passive byproduct of your circumstances. It's an active, powerful force shaping them. Your thoughts carry energy, and that energy sets the tone for what you attract into your life. When your focus is locked on lack, on what you don't have or what's missing, that energy creates a vibration of scarcity, and the universe responds by mirroring that back to you. But when you shift your mindset to abundance, believing in possibilities and trusting in provision, everything begins to change. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's science in action. Practices like meditation, visualization, and affirmations aren't merely feel-good exercises. They are powerful tools for rewiring your brain and recalibrating your energy to align with abundance. Even more, this truth aligns with God's word. Jesus said, "I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." Fullness is not limited to spiritual richness, but extends to every part of life, including your financial well-being. Your struggles with money are not punishments, but divine invitations to step into this fullness. They are opportunities to trust God, shift your focus, and partner with the principles of abundance that He has woven into creation. You are not bound by your current circumstances. Through faith, intentional focus, and spiritual alignment, you can begin to transform your financial reality. Just as Jesus multiplied the loaves and fishes, He can multiply the resources in your life when you bring them to Him in trust and expectation. Your journey to abundance starts in your mind, where every thought is energy, and every energy is an invitation for God to work miracles. The universe is always communicating with you, whispering guidance and encouragement in the form of signs, synchronicities, and subtle nudges. These divine messages often appear in ways that feel almost magical. Repeating numbers like 1111 or 777, a chance encounter with someone who inspires you, or even an unexpected detour that leads to something better. Have you ever experienced a coincidence so striking that it seemed impossible to dismiss? These moments are not random. They are part of a divine conversation between you and the Creator, gently guiding you toward the abundance meant for you. When you learn to tune into these signs, they become like a treasure map, leading you step by step to the life you've been seeking. Repeating numbers may remind you to stay aligned with your goals. A closed door might seem like a setback, but it's often a redirection to something greater than you could have planned. Missed opportunities may feel frustrating, but they are often divine protection, steering you away from paths that aren't meant for you. The key is to trust these signs and take inspired action. Don't dismiss them as mere coincidence. Each sign carries a message, whether it's encouragement to keep going, a nudge to change direction, or confirmation that you're on the right path. The more you act on these divine messages, the clearer and more frequent they become. Remember, God and the universe want you to thrive. Every closed door, every delay, and every unexpected twist in your journey is designed with purpose. By recognizing and acting on these signs, you align yourself with divine timing and open the floodgates to abundance. Trust the process, listen for the whispers, and let the signs guide you to the life of fullness and prosperity that is already waiting for you. Your spiritual sensitivity is one of the most powerful tools for creating wealth. It's not just a gift for emotional connection or intuitive insight, it's your ultimate money-making advantage. By tapping into this sensitivity, you can harness the energy of abundance and manifest it into tangible wealth. When you align your actions with your higher purpose, you step into a flow of prosperity that feels not forced, but natural, like rivers finding their way to the ocean. To begin this transformation, start with visualization. Close your eyes and see yourself surrounded by abundance. Not just money, but opportunities, support, and fulfillment. Feel the joy and gratitude of already having everything you need. Believe it deeply and act as though it's already yours. This isn't just daydreaming. It's an act of faith that shifts your energy, aligning it with the vibration of abundance. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions reflect abundance, the universe responds in kind. Gratitude is another essential tool. Even in moments of financial lack, find something to be thankful for: a warm meal, a kind word, or the simple fact that you're alive to create change. Gratitude transforms your perspective, shifting your energy from scarcity to sufficiency. It's like opening a door for blessings to enter, making room for more of what you desire. Remember, Spiritual sensitivity allows you to perceive opportunities and align with divine timing in ways others may overlook. When you combine this gift with visualization, gratitude, and purposeful action, you create a powerful formula for abundance. You're not just chasing wealth, you're attracting it effortlessly by being in harmony with the higher flow of life. Trust your sensitivity, nurture your faith, and watch as the doors to prosperity swing wide open. True prosperity isn't just about having money. It's about alignment. It's about the harmony that occurs when your spiritual gifts, your mindset, and your material actions are in sync. This is the divine balance where abundance flows effortlessly, not as a product of grinding effort, but as a natural outcome of living with purpose and faith. Lasting wealth, both financial and spiritual, is born from this alignment, creating a life that feels deeply fulfilling on every level. Your financial struggles may feel overwhelming, but they are not a sign of failure. Instead, they are evidence that you are on the hero's journey, a sacred path that is shaping you into someone extraordinary. Like every great hero, you are facing trials that test your strength, refine your character, and teach you lessons essential for the next chapter of your story. These struggles are not obstacles to your success. They are stepping stones to the abundance you are destined to experience. To step into this divine flow of prosperity, begin by aligning your spiritual gifts with your daily actions. What are the unique talents and passions that God has placed in you? How can you use them to serve others and create value? When your efforts are rooted in purpose, the work feels lighter, opportunities become clearer, and abundance follows naturally. At the same time, nurture your mindset. Trust that your struggles have meaning. Gratitude and faith transform your energy, attracting solutions and blessings you might have overlooked in a state of despair. Remember, every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. True prosperity isn't about accumulating wealth. It's about creating a life where financial freedom and spiritual fulfillment coexist. Trust the process, align your gifts with purposeful action, and know that the challenges you face today are the foundation of a legacy that will inspire and bless generations to come. Your journey has brought you here, to this very moment of revelation. Take a deep breath and let this truth sink in. You're not cursed. You're chosen. Every challenge, every heartbreak, and every setback you've faced has been preparing you for something extraordinary. These trials weren't meant to break you, but to shape you into someone capable of holding unimaginable abundance. You've been walking a path of purpose, even when it felt like you were lost. Now is the time to embrace your spiritual gifts as the powerful tools they truly are. These gifts, your intuition, compassion, creativity, and resilience, are your keys to unlocking a future filled with prosperity and fulfillment. When you align your actions with your higher purpose, you step into a divine flow where abundance is not just possible, it's inevitable. The universe doesn't want you to merely survive. It wants you to thrive, to rise above every limitation and claim the fullness of life that's waiting for you. Your awakening starts now. This is your moment to step into your power, claim your abundance, and transform your world. The steps may feel daunting, but you're not alone. Together, as a community, we are walking this path of growth, faith, and transformation. If this message resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Share your thoughts, your challenges, and your victories. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more inspiring content that can help you on your journey to abundance. Thank you for being here, for choosing growth, and for believing in the extraordinary future God has in store for you. And remember, the best is yet to come.